Yo, welcome to the BYB Podcast. That stands for the Backyard Boys.
Backyard Boys.
And tonight, for your special entertainment, we have Patrick Fowler, a.k.a. Tuddle, who's been an on-air radio personality for shows like Ron and Fez Show, Monsters in the Morning, Drew Garabo, Soul Brother Kevin Show, Shannon Burke Show, Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan, Bubba the Love Sponge, Mike Cowhead Calta, Mike Spice Boy Lloyd, The Jack Clausen Show. Welcome, sir.
It makes me seem like I'm not very good at my job with the list of people you just announced, but
no, that's amazing. Is there anything that you would like to add? Obviously, you have your own channel on YouTube and whatnot, but
no, I'm just trying to get back into it. But like you just mentioned people that I have not even thought about in like years. When you bring up a Jack Clausen, I don't even think anybody knows who Jack Clausen is.
Well, maybe they'll go hit Google and find out for themselves.
Well, it's just weird now when you go back and you just hear all the random shows that you've worked with through the years and everything, and then you're like, what have you done with your life?
Yeah, to end up on the BYB program on a Friday night. See? This is where it's come to. Wow.
Somebody just said who? Somebody just said who?
How the mighty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Welcome to the Dabbleverse, where everyone just wants to beat the shit out of you verbally in chat form, which is hilarious and fun.
See, unlike other radio or content creators or podcast, I love it. I love it when people are dicks.
We love the hatred.
Oh, I love it. I mean, I feed off of it.
Hell yeah. Yes, sir. So you've got to work for a lot of interesting radio programs. Did you go to college for that? University?
No, I went to Daytona Beach Community College, and I got an internship with Ron and Fez. Because I listened to them when they were on WJRR here in Orlando, and I was like, oh my God, Ron and Fez are on in Daytona Beach. I went up there and I wanted to meet them, and they were looking for interns, and I just got into it.
Nice, man. Yeah, it's a huge show. They were already huge when you went in there, or
no? So they were Ron and Ron, and the Southeast. They were like syndicated all throughout the Southeast, and then I ended up after that show ended, that Ron and Fez ended up starting in Daytona Beach, I just came over to work with them, and I fell in love with the whole thing.
Hell yeah, brother. And of course, everybody go check out all of his links after you're done with this show this evening, later when the show is over. But before we get that far, why doesn't everyone go ahead and hit that like button and smash to subscribe? And of course, we still have our memberships rolling. So if you would like to get a membership, anytime is a good time, people. What are you waiting for? Absolutely.
Get a membership
Also-
right now.
Yeah. Also, turn on allow memberships. Sometimes people gift them, and you can always receive one that way.
Wow. Look at Granny. It's almost like
I'm fucking doing it.
he's heard that somewhere before.
Open your membership tabs, y'all.
Yeah, open your membership tabs, your assholes, whatever. Open it all.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna have most of the questions for you. I think.
Jesus Christ! Why don't you announce that you're asking questions? Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Look at you, Granny. This is such a professional job you're doing. Hey, everybody, listen
Thank
to
you.
Granny about the link to go to turn on the
Can I
membership
fucking
tabs
host the
too.
show for a second?
Apparently you can't. Apparently all you can do is announce that you're about to do some announcing or some shit.
Yeah,
like hosting.
G.G.
Hey.
Allen coming in strong.
I think Gigi Allen would have just ran in here and shit on the floor worse than Granny did on his little fucking wannabe host intro. Pathetic.
No, he wouldn't shit on the
himself.
floor. He'd shit on himself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Stab
Again?
himself in the chest with a broken glass bottle or whatever. Like, yeah, I mean,
One man, one jar style.
yeah.
Jack off on the audience, shit like that. Yeah.
Fuck his brother.
Whoa,
Suck his mother's
where'd that
dick.
come from?
Hey.
Lemmy, jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry. He
Wow.
sucked his brother's dick on stage. I'm sorry. They didn't.
Yeah,
fuck.
what is he, gay?
Granny did that? That's amazing.
I didn't do that. Smallest dick in rock and roll.
Disgusting.
Out of all the shows that you worked for, you would you say Ron and Fez was probably your favorite?
I would say, okay, so I'll give you top three. Ron and Fez, I learned the most from. Like they helped me break into radio. I learned the most from them. But I would say then if you're I would say like Monsters were top three. And then I would also say Drew Garabo was in the top three out of all the shows that I've worked on.
So with the Drew Garabo show,
Hmm?
was the whole hard drive thing? Was that a work? Did you really jack the hard drives on the way out the door?
So all right. So that wasn't on Drew's show. So that was when I went from the Monsters to Bubba's show. So I mean, towards the end when I left Real Radio, we were all going digital, and I told them we got to start podcasting. We got to start putting all of the audio online so people can watch it on demand or listen on demand. And they were like, oh, nobody's going to listen to that. Nobody's going to do that. So I started digitizing all of the audio, and I just kept it because I don't know if you guys remember this. That was about the time where everybody thought that mini disc. Do you guys remember mini disc?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm old. I definitely do.
So mini disc, they were we did a 5-hour show every day. So it took one mini disc per hour. I probably had about 30,000 mini disc at one time from
Jesus.
archiving the Monsters morning show.
Yeah.
And then we went all digital, and then I just started keeping stuff on a hard drive. I had like 5 years of radio shows that I saved to a hard drive, and I took them with me after they fired me. Keep in mind, I bought the hard drive, and I owned everything that I was on, and everybody was mad at me that I took it with me.
Did they offer to pay you for it? or like?
No, nobody offered to pay me for it. But
See, there you go. Fuck 'em.
was I in the right or was I in the wrong? It's not like I was taking this content and repurposing it to make money. I just, on my own accord, I just started saving everything. They didn't tell me to start burning everything to a CD, or they didn't give me a hard drive to be able to like keep stuff. I just did it on my own. And everybody thought I was the worst piece of shit that I took it.
Was it kind of like it? That was kind of a vengeful move, though, wasn't it? I get well.
Well, how? It's
No, you had already been doing it. You already had done the work, and it bought all the parts. And then, like after you were fired, then they knew that it existed and came and said, "Hey, would you give us this stuff?" Or did they just like, or
No,
did you say, "Hey, I have this stuff"?
Well, I mean, at the time, you know, and look, I don't want anybody, I'm going to preface this. This is not me talking bad about Bubba the Love Sponge or anything, but this is when the time that Bubba was rolling pretty heavy and he had a lot of money. And like literally, I started working for Bubba's show for a couple of weeks, and he knew that I had this hard drive. And I told Bubba, he paid me like $2 fucking grand for the hard drive to give it back to them. And I was like, yeah, here, take it.
No.
I had already backed up everything, so it's not like I was like giving away anything. But I mean, I gave them the hard drive to give back to the people at Real Radio, and they got it back, and I made $2 grand off of it. You know, so like I loved it, but I mean that's the thing about it. I wasn't stealing hard copies of anything that they gave to me. Like, it's not like they paid for the seat. I paid for the hard drive. I was just taking the audio files and copying them to my hard drive.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. So you were Bubba the Love Sponge. Did you get to fuck his wife too? Or did you get sloppy seconds from Hulk Hogan? Or
no, I was around. Well, it happened before I was around. I don't know. I've been around that whole dance so many times in my life that I'm kind of, you know, kind of spun out on the whole thing, because I don't even know. I mean, I really don't care what people do in their private lives and stuff. I really don't. I think Bubba's a great guy. He's given me great opportunities to be able to make a living and somewhat doing this stuff. No, I didn't.
But more importantly, what do you think of that hog on Hulk Hogan?
I mean, it's a thermos, you know, like one of those things that you would, you know.
You just said a thermos. You mean a thermos?
Yeah, thermos, like thermos.
No, you can't. Thermos? What? Thermos nuclear warfare, or what are we doing here?
No, like you know, a thermos, but I call it a thermos when you're talking about a guy's dick and stuff. I mean, it just sounds more impressive when you say he's got a thermos on him, right? I mean,
it does sound more grandiose. It does.
Yes, exactly.
Grandiose.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys are poets and you didn't know it.
Yeah.
Between the two of you.
But I mean, come on though. I mean, my favorite part of the whole tape is talking about being bloated from eating too much after you just had sex and stuff. I mean, that's my favorite thing. That's like one of the biggest dude moments where you're like, oh, I'm so bloated, but I just blew my load. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So, I mean, good on him. I mean, a lot of people.
I only came when he said the N-word. Does that make me weird?
Well, oh yeah, a little bit, maybe.
Okay.
Is this true? Star Mountain says Bubba invited Howard Stern to bang his wife. He declined. Is this true?
I have no idea about that one, and I don't think Howard would even like
dip his
would
weight
even consider
that
though. You know.
What if he did you with like Lysol wipes and he wiped it down first? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that Granny brings that up. That I mean, he's kind of a germaphobe. I mean, do you see Howard banging anybody? It's like
he still bangs his wife with a fucking condom.
Yeah.
Ew.
Allegedly.
No, he.
Well, I mean, can't you get COVID in your penis if you like don't wear a condom? Don't we all do that now, right?
Not true. Not true.
Somebody said dude's voice is grating. I mean, he's got to be talking about me, all right?
Well,
Oh,
before
yeah.
that, they were asking before that, they were like, is this guy behind the scenes personality? Because his voice is horrible. I can go back and pull him up, or you could just respond.
Oh, no. I know that
accusation.
my voice is horrible, but I mean, come on, let's kind of go around the room and let's talk about who on this podcast actually has a good radio voice. I mean, come on now. I mean, if we're just going to be honest here,
yeah, thank you for the compliment. I really do appreciate that. That means a lot to me, having that kind of a compliment bestowed upon me. Yeah, I do really have a great radio voice. Many people have said that. It's very true. I appreciate the point, you pointing that out to the audience. Thank you.
No, but if anybody has a radio voice out of the group, I would say the Quad Father has the best radio voice out of everybody. I haven't
give him compliments.
I mean, I haven't heard enough from Bobby Nick. I know Granny.
Nobody ever has, trust me.
Okay, and then Lemmy, let's be honest. Lemmy has that that sensual
Can't tell if she used to be a man kind of voice.
No, I like that type of stuff. Like you got to keep it guessing, like one way or the other. Like if you here on Real Radio 104.1, we ended up having Erin Summers. She did Passion Phones, and she had, please don't take offense to this, Lemmy, when I say this.
Oh boy.
She had a very sensual, smoky voice. And I'm not saying smoky by it being hot. I'm just saying she smokes and has a sensual voice. I mean, come on, everybody in the South, as a man, you love that smoky, sensual voice, right? Come on, guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like that she has a little bit of a Southern twang too. Like I like when she goes, "I'm fixing to come." That one, that's always my favorite.
Y'all, I'm fixing to come, y'all.
Yeah, it's always y'all because it's not just me.
And where does the phrase "fixin'" come about? No, for real. Like, oh, I'm gonna fix something, but I'm about to do something. Where does fixin' come into? Like, I mean, that's one of those things that we just all grow up with that we think's normal, correct? Fixing?
Yeah. In the South, for sure.
Yeah.
It's like the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, right? Who's the one that did all those jokes?
Oh,
it's Larry the Cable Guy, right? Y'all, Yump too.
I mean,
no, that was Foxworthy.
Yeah, it was Foxworthy.
Are you sure?
No, it's Foxworthy, but I'm glad that you brought up Larry the Cable Guy. Out of all the people that I've ever worked with, Larry the Cable Guy maybe was one of the hardest working. A lot of people don't realize this. He started out in radio. He was doing the commentaries on all the stations. Ron Bennington from the Ron and Fez show is the one that named Larry the Cable Guy Larry the Cable Guy.
Nice.
I
used to listen to him on Bob and Tom all the time.
Yeah. So you heard that phone call. Larry the Cable Guy was syndicated before syndication was even a big thing. Like Larry the Cable Guy, he worked at one of the sister stations that I worked with in Orlando, and he would be in the office. He would make 8 phone calls a day, 5 days a week. So he would do 40 phone calls to 40 different radio stations, and he would get paid $100 a piece for each phone call that he would make. And he would do the comedy, the commentaries, Larry the Cable Guy commentaries, where he would start, "What the hell is this, Russia?" You remember he used to do, I don't know if you guys ever heard any of those commentaries he would do, and then he just kept building and building and building. And then on the Monsters, he came on as a guest, came into the studio, and we all thought he was full of shit. It was like, "Hey, guess what, guys? I just signed a deal. I'm gonna play an animated tow truck coming up in these movies, Cars." And we were like, "Get the fuck out of here, Larry." Did you like make up are you bullshitting us? And then come to find out, it was the biggest fucking animated movie in like 2 decades. One of the most iconic animated characters playing Tow Mater. Like, I mean,
he's even got his own show. He had his own show.
Yes,
on Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, how big is that? I mean, this is like what we're doing, guys, right now, doing a podcast, trying to get recognized. He was in the early 2000s calling radio stations every single day, got on the Blue Collar Comedy Tour, and then he ended up like becoming one of the most iconic animated characters of all time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we just like a couple weeks ago we had Pat Dixon on, who used to tour with him for like a year and a half, and he just talked about how much of an awesome fucking great guy he is, and how much money he was killing it when he was working for him. Obviously there's a lot of money floating around all the Blue Collar Comedy Tour guys.
I wonder what Larry, I haven't looked that up in a while.
I'm sure tens of millions, I would assume.
I bet he is worth at least over 200 million.
Oh wow, Jesus. I would have never thought that.
Zeke, 80 million.
80 million. Zeke Campesino said, "So how many times did this guy blow Larry? If I could get $500,000, I would blow him anytime he needed me to." Zeke.
Yeah,
that's your dick sucking question. Is $500,000?
Come on, Granny. Don't look down on me like you're like, oh, $500,000.
I got $20.
I mean,
yeah, speaking of money too, like Granny, you call into shows all the time. How much do you get paid for your phone calls?
700 billion, trillion, 300 million.
You're making Larry money?
Yeah,
you're so full of shit. Shut up, Jesus.
No, it's charity work. Yeah, you know.
No, I did want to reference this one. Waiver. Speaking of prep, where is Carlos at? Yeah, he's probably taking his prep, but no. I know he's free at 10 Eastern, and he said he would pop on after that. So he's pretty much primarily just coming in to talk a little bit about Ray and Ray stuff, maybe some other topics on top of that. But for the most part, just that. So didn't mean to interrupt, but let's keep it going.
Lemmy, would you let Granny, like, I mean, some guy said, am I blowing Larry the Cable Guy? And I'm like, if I could get $500,000 off of that. I mean, are you letting Granny get blowjobs for $500,000 a year, or like?
Oh, I thought you were gonna ask if she was cool with him sucking her dick.
No, Lemmy doesn't have a dick.
Allegedly.
It's huge.
Thank you.
No, let me. If I, Granny, can I, you know?
Yeah, go ahead. Just do what you're gonna fucking do. Don't ask permission.
I would think that Lemmy probably has the best any vagina. Like, I mean, it's not like one of those like roast beef ones. So, I mean, you guys are all talking about her having a dick and stuff. I'm just going the opposite direction there. I'm talking like something you would see in Penthouse, Not the ones where they're peeing on stuff or whatever. I'm just saying,
What's
like,
wrong with peeing on stuff? I want to see that one.
I mean, I don't want to cross a line with what I'm talking about, even though, like, I've already probably crossed a couple of lines. But I'm just saying, like, it's probably a good medium labia type thing. Not a lot.
Why describe it? Could you draw a picture of it, maybe, or like
Where's
just
Pete, dude?
I don't know, maybe send us all a fucking a mini skirt upskirt picture or something.
Has Lemmy worn a skirt in a while? I mean,
I hope so.
I haven't worn a skirt since it was mandatory in high school.
Granny,
I
I've never seen her in a skirt. No, that's not true.
I wore a dress to my dad's funeral.
Oh, was it a black skirt? I mean, that's kind of hot. I mean, I'm just
like a Catholic girl outfit.
No, it was kind of shorter. It was above the knee. It was kind of flowy. It was very dark blue with beautiful like flowers and stuff on it.
So like a sundress then.
Kind of like a sundress, yeah.
Man,
and you wore
but more like a moon dress. You know what I'm saying?
Granny,
I also wore a skirt for a showing of Rocky Horror Picture Show. That is right. I was forced.
And that one time you dressed up in the heels.
That was that one time.
No, it wasn't.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show was that one time that I dressed up.
No, we did a little bit of fucking. I sucked your dick, and it was
Frank Fruiter. She dressed up like Frank Fruiter.
She looked a lot like Jim Norton's wife. It would, you know what? Still hot.
Fair enough.
Waiver 99-cent super sticker. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
What was the courtship like between you two? Like
a lot of disc golf. I watched him play a lot of League of Legends. He tried to teach me how to play Magic the Gathering. I'm not good at it. Then he knocked me up, and now we're here.
Congratulations, Granny. That's the best way to keep them around if you want them to stay. You just shoot one really deep, and you got them. You got them, Granny.
Fourth book and like any of those Dorian Gray or whatever vampire movie books.
Yeah, she got fucked up by my Grigori dredge deck. Anyway, let's not get into that. That's just that's taking a landslide.
Edgar, $1.99. Is this Carl WATP mom wife?
Are you talking about me? Probably. Sure.
Jenny.
I'm old and I'm a woman, so
no,
absolutely nice and original there, buddy.
No. I think he's asking about Tuddle. I think this question was for Tuddle.
Who is Carl Watpy?
Carl from WATP. Is this his wife? His mom wife? He has an older
I haven't
wife.
had a haircut. I'm coming up on about 9 months, so I'm about to give a hair baby. But no, I really I haven't had a haircut in a while, so it's getting really bad and greasy and all that good stuff.
James Quinn, I wore a condom to Lemmy's dad's funeral. Is that true, Lemmy? Do you know this? James Quinn.
Let me ask. Hey, Dad, did this guy wear a condom to your funeral?
Are you talking to Ashes right now?
Shit, he said yes, and he's laughing.
Wow.
So I'm
I
guess so.
That is a good gag.
Whoa. Is that your dad's actual ashes?
Yeah. Is that inappropriate? That I put a laughing
it's not,
face
because I mean I feel bad because I only
hilarious.
Have my dad's in a cardboard box that I can't like. I haven't been able to transfer it to Lisa Glass. But he's also side by side to his favorite dog, Lewis. That was a basset hound. My dad always eventually wanted to have them kind of mixed together, like. Kind of mixed together evenly and maybe put somewhere, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't even gotten them out of the cardboard box. Do you realize that is such a weird experience when I had to go to the funeral home or the crematorium per se. And, you know, like your dad's like this big hulking man, like, and then you're carrying him out in a box. It's kind of depressing.
Yeah.
That's bad. But it's like one of those.
One time they gave me a bag of ashes to go dump out in Lake Tahoe, as a matter of fact, the lake. But yeah, they wanted me to row offshore while they said some whatever they said, eulogy, whatnot. And
how can you do that as a cripple?
Because I was 12 years old, and this was 30 years ago.
Okay. All right. So.
Anyway, I was surprised. It's like chunks of bone and shit. It's not. I always thought it was like powder, like in the movies. You know, they just throw powder and there you go. It's like chunks of bones and shit. It's weird.
That's what my dad had in his will. He was like, take me to a whites only crematorium. He didn't want anything mixed up. And so I'm sorry if I'm gonna get you guys
No, he didn't want to spend his afterlife in combination with any of those. He didn't want to be mixed up with.
Yeah, I mean, he said whites only and only Christians, no Jews.
Was that his right? Hold on, Tom. Was that his last words?
Yeah,
whites only crematorium.
Yeah, I mean,
get this through your head, you Jew motherfucker, you.
I'm sorry.
No, you're on pace with our podcast. Believe it or not, it's the state of affairs on BYB. It's all good.
It's in very.
Well, I mean, my dad. I mean, it's not like he. I mean, he was cool. I mean, this black guy that worked at the gas station gave him free Copenhagen every morning. And made him a great egg sandwich, but like, you know, for the most part, he didn't vote for Obama, is what I'm saying.
All right, yeah, it did mildly racist,
maybe. But
Edgar, $1.99. Is this Pat Dixon in disguise? I'm not sure. You guys do have some crossover. How about Fez Watley? How's that guy doing? Do you still talk to him?
Dead.
He's dead.
He's deader than hell.
No, I mean, he passed away about 1.5 years, 2 years ago.
Right. They actually had some like FezCon.
That's why they had FezCon. Thank you. So you knew about it. You were still being a dick. So I get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's what we do here. Come on, man.
I mean, that is. I mean, I could sit here and talk about Fez, for the rest of the night. Fez was one of the guys that he was true to the game. You know, how you guys all fell in love with radio and everything. I mean, he loved Fez. Fez was the best. Now, Fez was one of the guys that you did not want to piss off. Like, I mean, we all grew up. We had the parents that I would rather just take an ass whipping, right? Instead of your parents telling you that they were disappointed in you. Just beat the shit out of me and move on. I don't need to tell you that, you know, you're disappointed in me. And Fez was the same way. Fez was the same way. Like, if you pissed him off, I remember. So I was a virgin until I was 19. Radio was the only way that I ever got laid, guys. Hard to believe that, right? With all these good looks and greasy hair that I have right now.
They've been complimenting your appearance quite a bit tonight.
I know, exactly, right? Like, exactly. So what I'm trying to say is I was trying to get laid one night at a spring break event. Because we broadcasted out of Daytona Beach, and I was out trying to get laid. I was, you know, and they went over the microphone because they were doing like crowd announcements, and Fez got on the microphone and said, Tuddle, you better be at the studio 10 minutes or 15 minutes early because we got to talk. Guess what? I didn't sleep the whole night because he just had a way of lighting into you. I mean, we've all had those people in our lives, correct? Just ones that could make you feel like absolute shit, but still loved you.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so but Fez was the best. I learned from him so much, as well as Ron Bennington as well too.
So Tuddle, can we get into a little Bubba stuff here?
Yeah, if you want to.
Hey, before we do that, James Quinn, $2. Fixin' comes from home kitchen vernacular for prep. Like fixins, the fixins on the turkey or right like that. I think that is true. And I skipped it, so I had to go back. I didn't see that one.
Crinkled hands, cripple. So would you go to Bubba's funeral after the incident? You know what I mean?
What incident?
So
there's been a lot. I mean, there's been a lot.
There's been a lot of incidents. Something with inflation.
I mean, yeah, I would.
Yeah. Was that like? So like, I remember you getting fucking absolutely shit hammered, and I don't know. You're still sober, aren't you?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still. I mean, hopefully you guys don't judge me, but I smoke weed.
God.
And
how fucking dare you drug addict piece of shit.
I'm on the this is the best thing in the world, the Zens. I've been doing the Zens.
Nicotine.
The nicotine. I mean, none of you guys partake in nicotine, right?
Especially not Bobby Nick.
Okay. So I mean, I'm not
sorry.
I'm not completely sober. You know, like a lot of people give me shit when I say that I'm sober, but they're like, oh well, you still smoke weed or whatever.
Oh, they call that California sober, right?
But I mean, would you consider me still sober? Like I mean,
what
are you getting drunk every day?
Yeah.
No, I don't drink.
Then
at all.
you're fine. Then you're sober. You're sober
because you used to get like
fucked you up.
Oh,
yeah, and you used to get like shit hammered by like 10.
Okay, so here I'll give you my worst daily for like 2-3 years. I was living at Bubba's race shop. I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment above his race shop. So I
with Hulk Hogan.
No. It was just me and B Fudd. I live with B Fudd.
Oh God.
So I would go when I would get done at like noon. I would go back to the race shop. I would buy a handle of the cheapest whiskey that it was called Rich and Rare. Anybody ever heard of Rich and Rare? Came in a plastic bottle, so that should definitely give you a little bit of a heads up of what type of
the best liquors come in plastic bottles. We know this.
So this is like a Wild Rose type of situation.
Yeah, so I was
brokers.
I was drinking Rich and Rare every single night. I would basically kill off a handle until I fell asleep. Wake up with the worst heartburn in the world. Because I mean, let's be honest, this whiskey was not the best in the world. So wake up with the worst, basically down a half, because I would always do the redneck antacid version where you just take baking soda, half a box of baking soda and water and chug.
So hold on, you would wake up completely hungover with fucking baking soda dust all over your fucking mouth?
Well, I mean, in the morning I would take it, so I wasn't waking up with the baking
like
soda.
boof it?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't putting in my ass. Okay, so
Speaking of Tuddle, that was the incident that I was getting to. That was the incident I was getting to.
I put a lot of stuff in my ass. Okay, so don't judge me.
Yeah,
okay?
let's talk about
before you get that far. Chris Mack wants to know, what is a Ray shop, or did we misunderstand?
Race shop.
Race. Which race? Which race?
Like dirt track racing.
Okay,
like
dirt bikes and shit.
Yeah, like all that good stuff. So like but I would drink like just baking soda and tap water in the morning to get rid of the heartburn. But yeah, I'd be hungover, and then like I would have to take a breathalyzer every morning before the show, just to kind of they can get a good read of where I was at in the morning. There would be sometimes I would still be legally fucking drunk in the morning from the night before of not drinking. And so
you got it figured out, right? Like you got a system down to where you knew when you had to quit drinking.
Oh yeah. So then when they didn't want me drinking, I knew as a nerd by heart, I figured out what time I had to stop drinking to be able to pass the breathalyzer in the next day.
Yeah, so like 10 o'clock, if you're getting up at 6, it takes like 8 hours to pretty much metabolize it.
I'd have to stop around 8 because I was getting up at 3:30, and then I would probably pop a full 30 milligram Adderall.
Yeah, those counteract the alcohol, don't they?
I mean, it still doesn't beat the breathalyzer. It just makes me a little bit more palatable to be able to do morning radio.
A tweaked out drunk.
Yeah. And then maybe by the time, depending on, depending on like what time of the month it was, I could
wait. You get periods?
No, periods. I would.
What time of the month? You said time of the month.
I might have some perks on me to be able to get in the morning. So 30 milligram Adderall perk, and then a bag off of the volcano. Weed wise. Perfect setup, by the way. Like, if you've never tried the podcast or do content, I'm telling you, have a hangover, take a 30 milligram Adderall, like a 15 perk, and a bag off of the volcano. I mean, you're gonna do some of the best content you've ever done in your life. I
will say this for the audience. We do not endorse legal speedballing.
Yes.
And that's basically what you just described.
Yeah.
We do not.
We don't endorse drugs at all here at BYB, do we?
No.
You said BYOB, right?
No, BYB. Don't you fucking confuse our audience. They're not gonna know what to do with themselves. They're probably throwing things at the wall right now as we speak. Pissed off that you just said that.
Can I have a sidebar with Lemmy? Just see if like am I too much of a degenerate?
Quit trying to fuck Granny's old lady.
I'm not.
Fuck my old lady.
We had Stuttering John on, and he asked me if I took it up my asshole. The very first thing he ever asked me was,
"Who?
Well, do you?"
Stuttering John.
Oh yeah.
Well.
So you're fine.
Well.
You're fine.
I don't care. Like,
it's been long enough. We're ready for the answer.
Your vagina earlier in the show, so like, I mean, we're good to go. I'm not gonna say that. So I mean,
is it up here, man?
Yeah, I mean, am I too much of a degenerate?
No.
Yeah. Speaking of taking shit up the asshole, I've been trying to get to this for a little bit. Tuddle, what led up to that scenario, to the anal expansion deal? Did you have to be convinced? Or like, were you like, no, I'll just do it.
No. I was trying to get in and make a name for myself, just like I have all throughout my radio career, where I was like, okay, I need to do something to stand out, make sure that they're going to keep me around and stuff. And I was also desperate. I was unemployed at the time. I used to go to Tampa every single day when I was married, telling my wife that I had a job, but I did not at the time.
What did you do?
I would go to the Panera Bread across 275.
Oh, you're a lot like Ray DeVito then.
Yeah, so I would go over there and I would just chill out until there was something that I felt like I could contribute. I would text Spice Boy or Brent. I'd be like, hey, I'm across the street, guys. Very pathetic at the time. And then they had this bit where they were like, oh, we're doing this anal expansion challenge where we're going to put a inflatable butt plug in your asshole, and whoever could take the most pumps won like $800. And I was like, God, I could really use $800 to get my anus expanded. I know that sounds really, really bad.
It sounds awful. It sounds terrible.
I mean, it seems like a medical procedure you just would never want to have done to you. Other
Well, I
than that,
mean, but
great.
keep in mind, it wasn't rape. I mean, you can't rape the willing, I guess, that good old saying. But I mean, having a butt plug put in place or to be kept in place, because like when you're performance anxiety, you got a tight anus at the time.
Class up. It's class.
And then like the anus is trying to expel the butt plug as quickly as you try to put it in, and the host of the radio show has a wiffle ball bat, and he's pushing the inflatable butt plug into your anus. Like it's like you're loading a Civil War cannon. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, like that whole thing where they put the gunpowder in and then they put the ball in and then they put that big thing in, and then they're like shoving it in there and everything. My anus was trying to expel the cannonball every chance it could. And then you got a very skinny Afro-American next to you. And then you got another hillbilly by the name of Augie that is like some dude that is from basically the Appalachian Mountains guarding a moonshine still that you just randomly asked him, hey, do you want to put a butt plug, an expandable butt plug in your anus? I mean, I got one pump.
One pump chump. You're a one pump chump.
A pump and a half. And then I just expelled the cannonball out of my anus. And I was out.
And you didn't get the 800?
No, I didn't.
Oh, fuck. It reminds me of that old Southern saying, like a dog shivering, like shitting a peach seed. You ever heard that?
I did. I will almost. And you know what? I'm not gonna. I will say that. Does it make okay? Here, all right. So I'm completely heterosexual, but
Allegedly.
like how you can stimulate the prostate, and men will, like.
Hold on, did you come?
I mean, I was kind of close a little bit.
He almost came from.
No, I mean, I did not. I didn't. I didn't. I mean, it was like like how you have to like, squeeze it off a little bit. Like I kind of, Not saying like I wasn't excited about the whole
The whole
not
thing.
the whole like what I'm trying to say is like I wasn't excited
butt plugs?
about the thing. No, not butt plugs. Who was that?
That was the producer in soundtrack.
Butt plug.
No, it's not because of the butt plugs. It was just, and I wasn't excited about the whole like adventure. It was just like like physically, things were happening. Not that I wanted them to, but they just did.
He's a fag.
I love The Sopranos.
I watched
This
this.
sounds very gay.
I know that no, it's not. It's not gay.
Chops, what's up, dude?
Hello.
She takes it up the ass.
You guys had me at cannon anus. You have my attention.
Was that a good way to describe it, though?
Yes,
Chops?
it was. Yes.
Like, Civil
you're
War
asking, Chops.
canon, where you're just like,
Why can't he just go and suck some cock like a normal person?
because I'm not into that.
But you're
Yeah.
into cannon anuses.
That's
loving this.
insane. Yeah, well, Granny has the same thing. Like we've heard Granny say this many
Well, I'm
times.
gay
but
and I really like anuses.
Confirmed.
I mean, why do you think? I mean, who was the one that asked the question and brought this all up?
exactly,
Tuddle.
he couldn't wait. He could not
Always,
wait to talk.
every
Why do you think he just disappeared off screen for a little bit? I mean, that was
Had to get a
There you
beer.
go. Let's see your hands, Granny. See the hands. Let's make sure you're not
very shiny.
no yanks.
Tuddle,
yanks.
Chops here. He's a friend of the show. He's also one of my
And a
co-hosts on
gay,
a different show.
also.
Hello.
But you want to talk about fucking radio voices? Chops, hit him with the golden voice.
Let me tell you, Tuddle, if there's one thing I love, it's radio guys, radio voices, and everything like that. Biggest dream was to be on radio. Unfortunately, died off.
Yeah, of
Unfortunately,
AIDS.
he's
He
here
died
now.
of AIDS.
Oh, Jesus. I just had hernia surgery and I haven't been able to get any stiffness except like piss hards.
But that all changed when you came on today, huh?
yeah, I know. Chops talk. I mean, it moved. Just
Chops cock? No, it's Chops talk.
New
Not
name.
Chops
From
cock.
the top. It's Chops Cock now.
And he even has the professional headphones. Are those Sony Pros that you got on?
No, I know exactly which ones you're talking about. They
Oh,
just look
fuck.
like that.
We're doing tech talk now, folks. I hope you're enjoying the hell out of this. This is as exciting as it gets. All right. What brand of butt plug do you prefer the best? Let's get into that kind of tech talk.
I like a bad dragon.
Hey, Chops, why don't you tell them about the cock mold that you made? That sounds bad. Cock
Oh,
mold.
for real? You've made a cock mold?
Yeah, so
On air.
On air.
on air. On Granny and Ice show, like we got donated a cock mold, and
No?
I was the one that got voted in to do it.
And this isn't mold on your cock. This is a cock mold, right?
Yeah,
It's
like
not-
you.
It's not something when you pull your like foreskin back when you're uncircumcised and there's like mold in there.
Mold there.
Oh,
So, so let me ask you though. Like, I think that this would be like the coolest thing though. Like, I'm sorry, and I know a lot of people. Would you insert it in areas? Your cock mold, like that's a pretty
Butt fucking self?
yes.
Butt plug.
Is that what you're insinuating?
That's the most narcissistic thing I've ever heard.
No,
No,
I
it is
love
very
it.
narcissistic, but I mean, it's kind of
No.
like, I mean, it's kind of like you have the biggest ego in the world. Like if you take your
It's a power move. It's 100% a fucking power move. It really is.
I think you should do it. I think you should do it, man. I'd support you.
Yeah, let's do it right now. All right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Thing up
Get,
there. Come on.
Get your cock out, Chops, and insert it.
But it can't be gay though, right? I mean, it's your own though. Like,
Yeah, it's not gay if it's your own, Chops. Not at all. Not a bit.
If we get the goal and go into overtime, absolutely. How could I deny that of the world?
but
And it didn't take because, much like Tuddle, he came during the stunt.
No, I
and it
didn't.
ruined them all.
I said I almost did. I didn't say I did. I said I almost did. All right, here's another question, and I've always believed this, and my dad had some of the best wisdom before he passed away told me it's not possible to do something gay with a woman.
No.
I mean, well, Granny's been arguing the fact that like Lemmy pegs him constantly, and he's like, "Oh, that's not gay at all."
It's not gay though. It's not gay. I am in the belief that you cannot do anything gay with a woman.
I'm not saying that it's gay, but I definitely believe that anal is a gateway to homosexuality.
True.
It's like marijuana.
Is the woman wearing a strap on
Jesus
or
Christ.
a finger or
Chops.
like,
This is all your fault, Chop.
I've been lingering on him. Apparently, I can't.
No,
stop it.
I'm just saying though. I mean, would you guys agree if a woman is wearing? Okay, here.
No, anything near your butthole is gay.
No, it's
anything.
not. If it's
Period.
with a woman, it's
When
not.
the doctor checks your prostate when you turn 50, that is gay as fuck. And
Here,
it's unavoidable, but gay.
It's not
fuck.
gay.
It's unavoidable, but it's still gay.
If
I agree with
Lemmy
Tuddle.
wore
I agree
a
with
strap on and took
She does.
Granny to town,
She does.
like that's not gay.
If
That is not gay. That's not gay. It's with the woman.
If a woman wants to show her love with a little bit of pinky action, who's to stop her?
It's not gay.
Me?
I'm on it. Hey, Tuddle, I agree.
I'm to stop her. That's who's to stop her.
Lemmy. Well, I mean, gay or not gay? I mean, what do you think?
no, I think Granny's right. I think butt fucking is a gateway to homosexuality for a man, for sure.
What is butt fucking though? Like, is a finger butt fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything up
No.
your asshole is
No, a finger's not a butt fuck. No.
Have you
No?
ever
But-
had a really good turd that you've gotten through? Okay.
I had a
That-
roommate who came when he shat.
Sometimes it's so good. Sometimes it is so good when you take like
I don't know.
I've never.
He was fucked up in the head, dude. Like he is still fucked up in the head.
no, I'm not saying that I have ever almost like what Lemmy said, but like we've all had a really good shit where we're like
And
You
is she
should-
gonna come?
You feel the relief after, but I think while it's coming out, I don't think it's pleasurable or anything.
really?
Not for me.
Have you Lemmy, Granny, Chops Talk? I mean, have you ever had a shit that's been just so good that you're
Oh
like,
yeah.
No.
While you're jacking off too? Fuck yeah,
no,
dude. Yeah.
no, I'm not.
That might be a dude thing.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Only dudes can do gay stuff and enjoy it? Wait a minute. Hold the phones, folks. Lemmy, what are you saying? Only guys do gay shit that is... You don't like...
I've known two dudes to tell me that they've blown a load while shitting. I've known no women.
Yeah, y'all don't have
Hold on.
prostates, so
Yeah, you don't have prostates or
So
tanks.
that's a male exclusive thing, I think. So my opinions of it, I think I'm gonna step back on that one. I'm
gonna get a cup of coffee. I'll be back.
no, but okay. So then do women just not enjoy anal then?
No, I actually have a theory that women who enjoy anal sex are broken women.
Like how? Broken, like mentally, physically, or
Both, perhaps.
Huh. Because like
Pretty sure their dads are not in their lives.
I can see where men can, if we're just like physically, scientifically, naturally, man, this Gigi Allen's in the background of like of somebody that has all their toy collection in the background or whatever. Are you okay? Let me wink twice.
Let me wink? Oh, what a coincidence. You said that.
If you need help, but what I'm saying though is like physically, I can understand why men get off on anal stuff, but like women can find it enjoyable, right?
No.
Why
Kate
do
Meany
guys
loves
like doing
anal.
it?
Listen, Jody, Kate Meany loves anal because that's the only way she could probably get a dude to fuck her.
And because
Just saying,
the
dude.
dudes are okay, all right.
Sausage
Didn't mean to
full
get
of
us
all
like
the dick.
No,
way off topic.
women who admit to enjoying anal sex
Uh-huh.
are broken. There's no fucking way that a woman could ever enjoy something like that.
So it's not enjoyable
physically.
like,
No.
okay. Yeah.
Fuck no,
So
it's not
I mean
enjoyable.
that's what I'm trying to say. And you know, a lot of you guys were judging me earlier when I was talking about, you know,
Still judging you, but go ahead.
the anal expansion challenge.
I know you're. I get why dudes do it, just like you. I get why you guys, like gay guys or whatever the fuck,
are into it, right? I mean, because what is
where
that?
is.
That is April Imholt
Who is April? Who is April?
from the Steel Toe Morning Show.
Get in there. Chops, get in there.
Close enough.
Yeah, there you go. Dude, make your tongue go like a lizard.
Where's the boobs? Where's the breast?
Where's the boobs? Where's the beef? Where's the beef?
Oh,
sorry, I didn't know.
I totally sidetracked you. Here you go. I'll get you back in the mood. There you go. Take a big chunk of that.
Get it, Granny.
That'll
Get
make
it.
you hard as
Come on,
fuck.
Granny.
right
Who is
there.
that?
Come on, Granny.
That's Patrick Melton in his two-piece.
That belly button orifice could probably, you know, like take up a.
No, that's where you put your man gravy for
That's what I'm
later.
saying. Like it's like
Save it for later.
Like
you can fit 317 and change. Loose
Like
change in that fucking thing.
It's like a DNA
Loose change like Michael Moore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where could you put your loose change again? Go ahead.
Oh, that one in the teeth.
What about the butt chin?
Yeah. Oh, damn! Look at that. That's like American Dad butt chin, or like, oof! Look at that.
He looks like Jim Carrey from The Mask.
Yeah, actually, it does.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Oh, Tigger.
Well, that rhymes with something else.
Tigger with Spider-Man underwear on.
All right, let's get this thing back on track. Jesus, we really went down the gay rabbit hole. Is there an ending to that story, or I don't mean to like cut it short.
I don't even know. Like Granny was the one that.
Yeah, Granny. What did you want to know so much about his asshole again? We just spent the last 20 minutes talking about it. Where were we going with it besides in his asshole?
I just wanted to know if I think this is what is this? Let me just regular old Folgers, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like Folgers.
Beloved chatter says Ray looks more like Gargamel than Jim Carrey.
I did have another question about the Bubba related stuff. If you hear Falcon Airsoft Rifle, how does that
wait. We have what you've been waiting for, Tuddle. Let me introduce you to Frankie McDonald.
I haven't seen you in a while. That means to Bobby, you used to back then. You used to do the podcast on Thursday nights.
Hi, Frankie.
Yes.
Hi, Frankie. This is our buddy Tuddle. Can you say hi, Mr. Tuddle?
Hi, Mr. Hill. I'm doing great so far.
Hey, Frankie, can I tell you I've been doing radio since like early 2000, and can I tell you, Frankie, I am literally your biggest fan. Like I don't think you realize what this means to be on the same podcast as you right now, Frankie. I love you, and I think you're amazing.
The Compound Media Network.
Yes, Frankie. hey. Frankie, I love you.
Compound Media Network, formerly known as the Anthony Cumia Network. Anthony Cumia is the boss of Compound Media.
Yes, I love Anthony Cumia.
Do you ever meet Anthony Cumia or work with him?
He's a nice guy.
I've seen him.
I'm
He's
on Hot Rod Show Monday to Thursday, so I'm on Let's Spot Monday evenings.
Right, Frankie. Yeah. Frankie, have you ever... Oh, Frankie, why don't you tell us about the solar eclipse? How's that coming? Are people going to come up there and hang out with you?
Total solar eclipse, Monday, April 8th, 2024.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Are you excited for Gino and everyone to come up and hang out with you?
And Chrissy at the Holiday Inn Hotel, Chrissy Mayer, at whatever.
No, Frankie. No, Frankie. They are all coming to your house.
Holiday Inn in Sydney. I repeat, Holiday Inn in Sydney.
No, they said they're. No, they said they're all coming to your house to hang out.
Holiday Inn in Sydney. Holiday Inn in Sydney.
Hey, Frankie. How's the Wi-Fi there? Are you at Dooley's?
I'm at Dooley's right now.
Are you stealing their Wi-Fi?
No.
This is the greatest in the world.
What he's done laugh. Hey, Frankie, we're gonna need directions to your house so that everyone can come stay with you there. No, we need your. We're gonna need that address sent to us so that we can find your house.
Holiday Inn in Sydney. Holiday Inn in Sydney.
No.
There he goes.
My God, I swear to God, that was like the greatest moment of my life. I was on with Frankie fucking McDonald. That is like the greatest. Thank you guys. Like that's the coolest shit that I've ever been a part of. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a blast having him on, and that's one of my favorite things in the world is making him laugh like that, dude. There's nothing better than that. That's so good. I'm glad that was it. Yeah. Like that.
Don't you wish that we could all just live in his headspace? Dude,
it's real simple. It's weather, lunch, dinner, karaoke, and all compound shows. That's pretty much it.
Well, think about it. How less depressed we would all be.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's the happiest guy around, man, for sure. Dude, like I've never seen him in a bad mood.
Like for real. You know how we worry about stupid shit? You know who doesn't worry about stupid shit? Frankie McDonald.
Frankie fucking McDonald.
Frankie fucking McDonald.
I think you're wrong, Mrs. Producer. Nice try though.
And Tuddle, he does worry about serious issues like how many Jews died in the Holocaust.
All right. Yeah, we actually have a clip of that. Let's see. Yeah, no. Yes, we do.
That's history. I love
Don't tell me no. Yeah, here we go. For example,
Frankie, how many Jews died in the Holocaust?
None.
Man,
not one. That's so interesting, isn't it? Doesn't that blow your mind? I never knew that 0 died. That's great.
Well, I mean, you want me to be honest? I mean, I would love to live in a world where I don't even think about how many Jews died in the Holocaust, though. I mean, I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
Like, Frankie McDonald does not give a fuck about how many people died in the Holocaust. Like you know what? Frankie McDonald, you know what else Frankie McDonald doesn't worry about? He doesn't worry about how many Palestinians were killed by food drops from an airplane. Like
none.
No, like he doesn't care about any of the Hamas that are hiding.
Oh God, you're trying to get my channel struck, aren't you? This is a troll. I know what you're doing. You're gonna porn bomb me next, aren't you?
I'm sorry. I'll stop porn that. I'm out of time.
Why don't you say Max and Plandemic? And why don't you just go for it? Jesus, get us booted. Fuck.
Well, how many of you guys are tired of seeing people like repost the first day of the 2 weeks to stopping the pandemic
flatten the curve
post? Have any of you guys seen these college kids that are like, yeah, we got 2 weeks off of school? And like,
now look at them. Now look at them 3 years later. They all have mental issues and they're all fucked up in the head.
Yeah, they're all They're all like, and then we could do a fucking in memoriam of how many of those kids during those 2 weeks bit the bullet, per se.
Wow. Yeah, the only thing Frankie gives a shit about is if it's raining like a double-cunted cow piss on a flat rock. But literally, that's the only fucking thing he cares about. And it is the sweetest fucking sentiment in the world.
Has anybody ever asked him why he's so passionate about weather?
Hey, what did you guys all do during those 2 weeks to flatten the curve? Like, I mean, can you guys
told everybody that I knew that we should not be doing this and immediately stopped doing it. And then the 2 weeks came and I knew it was going to keep going. And I was like, fucking knew it. Fuck. And here we go. And it just kept going and going and going.
And do a lot of drugs during that time, or no?
No, I mean the alcohol thing, yeah, but
well, no, but he always does. He didn't need an excuse for that.
I started
streaming. He continued to work.
Streaming?
Yeah, I continued to work.
Hey, streaming.
Never stop working.
Okay, nice. so then Lemon is the only one that has a positive.
I fucking loved what happened. Personally, I understand it was like devastating for the world and that's fucking tragic or whatever. But my personal experience with that,
you loved it.
Absolutely, it did wonders for my mental health. I had to seek out stuff. Absolutely, 100%. I'm an introvert.
Okay, everybody else. I mean, I
just like a vagina is an introvert. Intro.
But wouldn't you say?
I get it.
Wouldn't you say, though, for the most part, creative people that like want to do podcasting or create things are introverts?
Some of them are. I've met some pretty extroverted podcasters, I think.
Granny?
Jesse Lee Peterson?
Are you an introvert, Granny?
No, I don't think so.
Chops Talk, introvert. I love the double wide trailer siding that you have in your room.
The wood paneling.
Yeah, the wood paneling. I love that, by the way. I mean, I had that growing up as well, too.
It's a classic.
Yeah. No, I think what you're confusing for wood paneling is actually soundproof soundboard. Make sure that no one else in his house can hear his wonderful radio voice.
I had to disguise it.
But Chopstock / Billy Mays, you do remind me a little bit of Billy Mays.
Chopstock, he doesn't do that much cocaine. He is not on cocaine.
But I mean, would you consider yourself an introvert?
Extrovert. Put me in front of a crowd and I strive. You put me in a personal conversation 1-on-1 and I will crumble.
Mm-hmm.
But you put him in a bathhouse and he really fucking shines.
Let me tell you, the tips keep on coming.
I think Quadfather would be an extrovert, though, right?
Yeah, so he has to exit the chair sometimes.
Do you know, I used to box people all the time. I box women, but I also box people that had
disabilities.
Disabilities. Sorry. Thank you. I was trying to think of the best word. I mean, I boxed a dude that had a curly Q, like an Arby's French fry arm.
One of these numbers here?
Yeah.
He calls them, what do you call them? Like scorpioned out?
Yeah.
Scorpioned out.
Yeah, I mean, I would only box men that had a handicap or fully functional women. At the time.
Hold on. No. Don't, yeah. And that's a goddamn lie, Tuddle. You're fucking lying to your teeth. Because you were telling us
as well, too. I mean, I'm sorry.
You said you knocked out a woman with scoliosis.
Yeah, curvature of the spine. That's not a big disability.
That's a minimal. Exactly.
I mean, come on, Quadfather. You're in I don't know how severe your handicap is. I think that you're handicapable. Do you hate that word?
Everything. I hate all the words right now.
Okay.
All of these words. presently.
So should I stop?
You guys are making me feel bad. I don't appreciate it. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting picked on. I feel like there's a light shining on me, and I'm not really appreciative of it. And my handicap. I think I probably will be turning you guys all in for cyberbullying after this episode's over. So just FYI,
Also,
the FBI probably will be contacting all of you.
Sex is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, so then, yeah.
Want to watch? I like when guys watch. You want to watch?
That's something that I've never done before, so I cannot give you a definite no. But
like Casio, Swatch, Rolex. Like, what kind of watch do you like?
No, I mean, I'm like watching with my eyes, but I want to look through
pervert.
Blinds.
That's disgusting.
Blinds make everything more hotter, like if you're looking through blinds. But
oh, you want to hang out in, like, if I had a closet and it had those louvers so you could see through.
Yeah.
You could,
closet type thing. But I mean, so I mean,
So you have a lot in common with Bubba the Love Sponge, then. After all,
don't judge. Do not judge. So you're telling me you would not watch a couple having sex if they want?
I have watched a lot of couples have sex. In fact, I watch porn all the time.
Stop judging.
Looking at the porns and whacking the wiener.
What's that? I love her.
Whacking the wiener.
Is she the one margarita lady?
I think so. I don't even know. She's funny though. I know that.
Look, I think you're an attractive man.
Whoa.
That I would have no problem watching you. Somebody, bang you. I don't know. Can you bang people or do they bang you?
I guess technically I would say, I don't know. I mean, I do other stuff to get them off, but yeah, they definitely have to ride me for the most part.
Okay,
yes.
Honestly, this comes from nothing but a place of love. I think
No, I mean, what you picture in your mind is correct. Yeah, so like as far as like doing the heavy lifting themselves,
I bet you have a hog.
I can help hold them up a little bit. Like I can pick up on their butt, help them ride.
Bet you have a hog. I bet it is.
You can ask. Well, I mean, you could just ask a little quad. I mean, he can tell you what I got.
I bet it's like a baby's arm holding an apple.
I am no Hulk Hogan. Let's just say that.
No, you have
no
a thermos.
means.
You have a thermos. I bet you got a.
No, he doesn't. I've seen it. I've fucking seen it. It's angry looking. He had to fucking church it up with a top hat and a smiley face to make it not look like it.
It was very churchy after I got done with it, though.
Dog smited you for what you did.
What's that, Chop Sock?
I said, are you trying to smash? I hear a lot of smashing talk going on.
No, I'm just saying, like, I bet it's a hog. I bet that thing, like, we all are, all the dudes that are on this chat, Bobby Nick, who hasn't said maybe one or two words the whole entire podcast, Granny, Chops Talk. I bet Lindy can even imagine. I bet Quadfather beats us by a good 2.5. I bet 2.5, maybe 3 inches. I bet Quadfather beats us all by.
It'll never took you for a cock gazer. It's just something I never, knew.
No, I'm just saying though, most problem where they're like all sleepy at night. You don't want to like stand up to pee. Quadfather, I know you can't do that, but I'm just saying we all like I will sit to pee. Okay, I'm sorry, I'll sit to pee, and we've all have it's
yeah.
cold.
I definitely sit to pee. You bet.
So I sit to pee, and we all had the shrinkage where you actually piss in between the toilet and the seat itself, and you piss on the back of your pants. Because it's so shriveled up.
That's true.
Have any of us ever done that? Where like you piss in between the seat and the toilet, and you get it on the back of your pants. I'm part of the pissing on the back of your pants. Small dick.
That's why he's sitting down from now on. It's less messy. I can't sit down. Much less messier. It's a life hack. Try it out.
I've done it in a porta-john too, and that like poop on the side of the wall and the blue water like splash up a little bit.
Oh yeah. But I mean, we've all been there. Like, how many times? Like, I was a welder. I did construction. How many of us have gone to the portalets and there's no paper in there, and you've had to rip the underwear off or socks and wipe your ass in the portal?
100%. I also was a hunter. And when you're out hunting, sometimes shit happens, literally. Yeah, many people have come back without socks on. Absolutely.
So, but I mean, we had an outbreak of crabs down in South Florida one time.
Dungeness or the other kind?
No, just the crabs.
Like at the local stripper club.
Cuban dude infected the whole job site with crabs.
Really?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. You can get it off of toilet seats, huh? Turlet seats.
And how did you get rid of your crabs? You just like kind of spray your dick down with some Raid or?
No.
Articulate John says here he hid in the porta potty. Have you ever just hung out in a stinky ass porta potty to not be working? That seems extreme.
Your sinuses.
Well, I bet. So how did you get rid of the crabs? I
just
assume you just use that,
down.
and soap or whatever. That special soap they got.
So I just had a hernia repair surgery, and they told. So I was trying to figure this out. Like, they didn't want you to shave like 2 or 3 weeks before the surgery. And from all the research I found is I guess that they don't want you getting like ingrown hairs, creating an infection in the area.
Makes sense.
Like, I don't know, but like, so if you're going to get this hernia repair surgery, what happens if you shave down there all the time?
Ingrown hairs, I guess. What about waxing? You get it waxed.
I mean, I've done the waxing before, but let's be honest, most men don't get waxings done, right?
Right, Granny?
Weird, yeah. You know what? I shouldn't have brought that up. Now let me wax my asshole one time on stream.
Have you done it? I mean,
true story.
Yeah, yeah, I have.
You get great wipes, don't you?
I felt more aerodynamic and shit. You know what I mean? Fucking, I got like.
Who waxed you though? Did Lemmy wax you?
Lemmy did it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. When you got the waxening, we called it. Yeah. They called it the waxening.
How was
like
that?
happening?
Like, I mean,
it was disgusting, horrible, and entertaining.
Oh, it was empowering. Like, for real.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you held like his
vulnerability in my hands? Yes, absolutely, I did.
And his balls and asshole.
Did you go from was he on all fours and you did it from the
happy baby position?
No, he wouldn't get into happy baby. So he did get into all fours.
Okay, so he wouldn't like do happy baby yoga pose type thing. So he wouldn't do missionary. He wouldn't let you wax missionary.
Nope.
No.
He let her wax fantastic.
And you think this gives you power over me?
So
that was terrible.
Did you? Yeah, the Bane. I mean, I know what you were going for on that, but did you like get it? Did you get it all in one swipe, or were you like you didn't?
On purpose? You accidentally fucked it up on purpose just so you could give him a couple extra ones?
No, I didn't fuck it up. I just wanted to, I didn't want to burn him, first of all, and I didn't want to do a nice big old swoop because I didn't want to get it on the hole. So I had to work in smaller sections. You know what I mean?
You should have just stuck something in his hole so it didn't stick to it.
Why didn't you want to get it in the hole though? Like, I mean,
I asked.
Because you demanded. You said don't get it in the hole. So
okay, yep. That did happen.
Why wouldn't you want it in the hole? Like, I mean, if you're going all in it, like, I mean, just get it. I mean,
Tuddle, because there is not hair in my asshole. Inside of my asshole. No hair.
Have you seen in the pink parts of your a-hole?
Like, yeah, have you ever had like what the thing that they use on you at the OBGYN, Lemmy? What are they?
Speculum.
Speculum. Yeah, have you ever had a speculum in your asshole, Granny? And taking pictures?
No, I've been fingered a couple times by doctors, but I have never had anything inserted other than that into my asshole.
Any Lemmy hemorrhoids on Granny?
Jesus, let's not get too specific with it.
Actually, no.
Why are you trying to imagine Granny's asshole right now? Why do you want how much would you pay him to see it?
Look, I'm not going to shy away from this, but I have an ass clit.
Say that again, please.
What?
Let's get that clean.
I have an ass clit. Okay, and it's a hemorrhoid, like right above the anus part of it. So I'm just saying it's like an ass clit, in my opinion. I mean, am I the only one that is gonna fess up to having an ass clit?
No, Tuddle. I also used to have an ass clit.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, this guy. Yeah. I think most people have had them, really. Star Mountain says, go watch Stuttering John for hemorrhoid talk. But not only that, you can go watch Jake Hudson. Did you ever see Jake Hudson scratch his hemorrhoid and have a bloody finger?
Yeah. Jake Hudson.
Do you know who Jake Hudson is, Tuddle?
I do. I've been woken up at 3:00 in the morning from Facebook messaging that I've had to just basically learn to turn my audio off on my phone.
I do believe that there was at one point in time a Jake Hudson, Little Lemmy, Tuddle group chat.
Oh no, there was, and it was like, I mean, you guys went from loving him and then kind of like, it's like, I don't want to get anything stirred up in case Jake's listening to this. So,
can you disavow Jake Hudson?
I'm blocking you.
I mean, I love Jake Hudson. He's good.
Would you put it on the record that you disavow Jake Hudson and what he does?
No, I don't. Like, I think Jake's intentions are in a good place. I don't know why.
Like every time he doxes us, every time he talks or comes on a podcast, he wants to give out our info instantaneous.
I don't care if he doxes me at all. I'm well armed at the house, so I have no.
Yeah, we've all been doxed by him. Everyone.
I have no felony, so I can, exercise my Second Amendment right. So, like, I'm really not worried about being doxed. So, like, but I mean, Jake's really doxed you guys.
Yeah, I think he's doxed everybody he's ever met.
I said yes. And also,
have you ever seen Jack off? Is what Granny asked.
Yeah, have you ever seen Jake jack off?
No, have you?
I haven't, but I regret that. I don't regret
it. I don't regret not seeing that.
Great.
I've been told it was one of the funniest fucking things because apparently he comes over the top like this, like crane style, and then when he's done, he turns around and cuts a wrestling promo on the camera after he nuts.
He comes like Ralph Macchio, crane style.
I regret not watching you jack off.
That's not even from today.
All right, back to crabs. Lulubell, $5. Thank you very much, Lulubell. True story. I got crabs when I was 16 and a virgin. Freaked me the fuck out from school. Don't know. Went to PL. That must be the
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood. Went to Planned Parenthood, maybe, or whatever. Something like that. Somewhere to get it removed, I would assume.
I went hunting. No, we went to a fishing hole near where I lived. I got red bugs. You guys know what red bugs are?
Red bugs.
Chiggers.
Yeah.
Chiggers.
Oh,
Yeah.
The CH.
Yeah, we don't have them here.
So I got them so bad. I think I might have been in the fifth or sixth grade. I got them so bad. The chiggers all over
chiggers
my
like
sack.
that, folks, right there.
Yeah.
My mom, and all of you guys know this. You put fingernail polish on
your fingernail polish.
Yep.
My mom had to paint my whole entire ball sack with red fingernail polish.
Oh my god!
And
how was that?
Oh, it was pretty invigorating at the time. Not thinking.
Did you just walk around with a hard sack for like 2 days?
Yeah, like
you gotta kill them with the oxygen.
Like she did. She painted my whole entire nutsack with red fingernail polish to get rid of the chiggers. Because you know when chiggers move into the neighborhood, they bring property prices down.
How old were you?
I was like fifth or sixth grade. I mean, Jimmy, are you like
No, I'm just
judging me?
Non-judgmental. Nope, non-judgment. I'm just curious for curiosity.
No,
sake.
Did she take your temperature rectally until you were 30 or what?
I never got right. No, I didn't do that. Come on, what do you think?
Tuddle was walking around with hard balls for 2 days.
Bright red too, man. That's great.
It looked like a freaking Russian soldier.
You know what I mean?
And Tiff's trying to break you down like a therapist. I'm starting to sense the source of some of this sexual weirdness.
Hey Tiff, follow me hit me up and slide him to my DMs, Tiff.
That's right.
Oh my.
Tiff.
That's right. You can find him at Tuddle pretty much everywhere, but Twitter, YouTube.
Even my email, like I got in on Gmail. I got just straight Tuddle, not like straight Tuddle, just Tuddle, Tuddle, not gay Tuddle, but straight Tuddle.
Gay Tuddle.
It's Tuddle at gmail.com. Tiff, slide into my DMs.
Juggalette Jen says our audience usually has one hand in their pants. True, that is true. Absolutely. So, what about Brent Hatley? Were you around for some of that stuff, or?
I love Brent. I have nothing but great things to say about Brent Hatley.
Yeah, so like he's in between stuff right now. Do you know what's going on with Brent Hatley and presently?
I talk to him every once in a while, but for the most part, I really haven't talked to him that much. But I mean, like I said, I love Brent though.
What do you think about all that content or that entire story? Him and his lady.
I mean,
Caitlin,
what
I guess.
grown
Caitlin
adults do in their own lives, then I like.
Well, what they do specifically is he likes to watch his lady get railed. Of course, from Howard Stern fame. I'm sure they're out doing the same stuff to this day, right?
So if she's good with it and he likes it, I'm not gonna judge. Like, I mean, what?
Well, we can judge, but then you're like, all right, well, they're grown adults; they can do what they want. But we'll also judge at the same time and be like, wow,
I really don't care.
Hardcore.
Good for them. It seems
no,
like
I feel the same way, but I'll still judge. No, I'm just saying.
I've hung out with them, and I think that.
Did you watch?
No, I haven't watched anything. But at the same time,
did he watch?
I think that they have a better relationship than I've had most of my life. If I'm just going to be straight up and honest, they have a good relationship with each other. They love each other, and I'm never going to judge. I'm actually jealous of, how much of a great relationship they have, and that's it. I have an ass clit. Oh, that's a good one. I'm glad that I am now going to be.
Yeah, you're forever in the howlowed audio clips of BYB.
My mom had
Hell
made my
yes.
whole. But I mean, back to the Brent stuff. Brent's always been great to me. I think he is an amazing person, and that's it. Like, I mean, I'm never gonna judge what anybody does in their personal relationship, even though that it might be public. Am I off basis? Why? What do I?
No, I was just
one that.
I wasn't even judging what. I mean, they've been around forever, and there's plenty of people just like them. It's not. I don't really care either. I was just curious what he's up to, like presently.
I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah, it's a fair. No, I don't really give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, as long as you're not fucking kids or, fucking hurting anybody.
What she did for Brandon the Quad was kind of heroic, and I have to give her respect for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, exactly, Brandon. I mean, come on, man. I mean, where's that guy ever gonna get laid at, right?
Didn't he die?
No, I hope he didn't, because I mean, he's always been great. Oh, I hope that's not true.
I hope it's not true. I could be misremembering things.
Yeah. What are you saying? You think he's dead? Where did you see that? I don't see anyone saying that. What?
No. Another handicapped gentleman who used to call Bubba the Love Sponge died. I forget what his name was, though.
But Brandon the Quad, he's the one from Iowa, correct? That everybody. Yeah. He's big.
Yeah, those all these quads trying to use the name quad have been passing away.
I mean, how do you feel about that? Quad father, like, if there was a radio show that wanted to, like, get you some free ass, like, would you just be like, nah, yes. I'm good?
No, I'll take free ass. Yes.
He had sex with a chick.
I don't even have fucking picky. Honestly, I've lost my pickiness even, but I'm old too now. That probably helps. I'm getting.
What is your handicap, Chops Talk? I mean, what can we get you laid for?
Erectile dysfunction.
I'm illiterate. I'm illiterate as fuck.
It's fucking terrible.
Well, how is reading wrong fucking mess up your sex life? I don't understand that.
Well, when the
you can't get messages to ladies. Well, why don't you just call them on the phone?
Quad, how else am I supposed to know what I'm supposed to say during sex? I have a teleprompter that's consistently going through.
Speak to text.
Yeah.
Granny, what would be your disability, Granny, to get, like, if we were going to get you laid, what would we tell the chick?
Degenerative autism.
Yeah, would you get off the computer and come in the room? I think that's all he pretty much has to say.
Bobby Nick, I don't know if he talks, so I'm not gonna.
No, we don't allow that. He's not even a real person. He's a gift, believe it or not.
Go to him. Lemmy, what would be your disability if we were gonna get a dude?
I don't know if that has to be
not
right
listening.
Now. He's showing you
I'm
right
a woman. Now. That's enough of a disability, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy for women to get laid, though. So
That's what I'm saying. That's our handicap.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm sorry I've been bad on the show.
You're fine. You're
bloody. Why are you apologizing?
This has been fucking fun.
You don't understand how much shitty stuff I've said on the show to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Tuddle, I'm usually the gayest one on here. I'm so glad I have an equal now.
I'm way gayer than you, so don't even try to compare yourself to me.
Are we going to have a gay off? We have to have a gay off.
Here, do we need to? I'll show you the ass clit if we need to, like.
Top musical, go. Top musical, go.
Top musical, Cats.
That was a big movie guy.
Cats? Oh God, we're not doing it. We're doing musicals now. Where the hell?
I mean, I'm a big cat person though. Like I trace all the
You
time.
a big toxoplasmosis guy too?
Wait, are you guys
Jesus.
not? Lemmy, are you not a cat person? Granny, cat
No,
person?
I love cats, but I don't like them. If you're gonna talk musicals and you say, "Oh, my favorite musical is Cats" or "My favorite musical is Rent,"
That was the
you don't
first one.
fucking watch musicals.
I
Then
know
you
I
watch
don't.
musicals.
That's the first one that I
Don't
can think
let
of.
him rent
Thanks for
space
calling
in your
me out,
cat's
Lemmy.
head.
I go to Broadway plays. My favorite Broadway play was Fences. And that's the relationship between a black father and a black son. And I was just like, I've never seen this.
Oh, they had to have the talk. Is that what
Yeah.
it was about?
I was just like, I've never
Now,
seen
son,
this.
when you go out in the public, you know that every white person out there wants to kill you, right? You're gonna have to make sure they don't do that. Lulubell, $2. Fuck you, Granny. Shut up. Lulubell, $2. We used to call a wee a Tuddle when little. A Tuddle. Ain't that cute? A Tuddle.
My mom, you know what my mom called my privates was just a canvas to put.
Wait. Oh, I was gonna say a Tuddle, but okay. Tuddle, get your hand off your Tuddle.
Hands up.
Not your best word.
Where are your hands?
Not your best words.
If it made me laugh, is it okay? If it makes me
no,
laugh.
it's not. It's not. Can you get Steve C's in there too? You fucking crinkled hand cripple.
Well, we got 3 coming. Actually, we got Boss Man before that, if you really want to know. Boss Man, $1.99. Thank you, sir. Boss Man says Granny is Jake's crane operator.
Like Dutch rudder type of deal?
Oh, Dutch rudder? Yeah.
Granny seems like the kind of guy that would fuck a man in the ass and not even have the common courtesy to give him a reach around.
All right.
Truest statement.
Shut up, Charles.
Is it though? Is it? Do you watch Cats and Rent and shit too? And fucking Aladdin Broadway? Or what else do you watch, Granny? Like, there's things I didn't know about you till today, so it's very
there's only
informative.
two acceptable musicals to like as a man. 2.
Hamilton.
And that's gonna be no, definitely not. That's gonna be Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And
that's what you call your asshole, isn't it? Your penis and asshole is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yep. From time to time, and then South Park the movie.
I mean,
that's Mormon. It's something about Mormon, isn't it?
No, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut was a musical, but the Book of Mormon is
Book of Mormon.
Book. Book it.
What was? Oh, Book It. Did you guys ever do Book It? And for the Pizza Hut where you would get
that shit. Yes. And I was pissed. I quit reading after that. Like, I went full chops on it.
Now
I was like, fuck this.
Okay, so let me ask you though. There was things about Pizza Hut that were so great. I'm so pissed off about a lot of fast food stuff. Okay, the sunrooms at the Wendy's. Do you remember the curvature glass that they would have on the front where you could eat in the sunroom at the Wendy's? They just got rid of the one here in the town next to me, and I was so goddamn pissed off. Now, remember they had the Dave Super Bar at the Wendy's. Do you guys remember that, where they had the taco bar and the chili bar and everything at the
salad
Wendy's?
bar, right?
But Pizza
that wasn't even
Hut,
that long ago, was it?
Yeah, but Pizza Hut, they right before they went to, you remember when they first started the pizza buffet and the sit down at the Pizza Huts? Oh, there was nothing. It was thank you, Lemmy.
Wasn't the 90s awesome?
Oh, what about if I could
get had a buffet? I think. You remember that?
There's still one down the street.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, we're so backwoods that there is still a KFC buffet
Oh, wait, where are you
And why do
guys
we not
at?
do
There's one in St. Pete that Gilkey Gallardo from Bubba's show. We would go there and we'd go to the KFC buffet, and you can make your own like mashed potato bowls. And I would get high as fuck before I would go in there and make.
Yeah, that's mandatory at a buffet, isn't it?
Oh, it was so good. But do you guys remember those really red glasses that you would drink soda out of at the Pizza Hut
Of
buffet?
course.
Oh yeah.
And you could throw those
Oh my God, yes.
in concrete and they would not break. But it just was something about soda tasted so good out of those like bulletproof red glasses that you could get out of the Pizza Hut locations.
Tuddle.
My God.
You know what it was?
That's you got to steal a handful of them, right?
It wasn't the glasses. I can give you guys a hidden fact.
Oh, the ice?
No. It's literally they have a different type of carbonation. When you get
McDonald's does as well too. Their Diet Coke.
Right. Yeah,
Because-
they tweak all of their mixtures, right? Yep.
Because
Yeah,
they come
slightly.
in the metal containers. Have you? I hate Diet Coke, but when I go to McDonald's, I got to get a Diet Coke from McDonald's. The Diet Coke from McDonald's is the best fucking thing that you'll ever have, especially if you're ever hungover back in the day.
It tastes different. Very different.
Hold on a second. Steve C coming in with 5 BYB memberships gifted. Thank you, sir.
Hey, where do I get those from? I'm gonna get a membership so I can see that.
Yeah, you just sign up for membership. It's right there. You can easily do it. And it's only $3. So everybody, $3 a month. If you can't afford that for 4 extra shows a month that we do on Sundays at 5 o'clock Eastern, you are insane. Get your memberships now, or at least turn on your gifted.
Why
That's
are
right. Don't be a poor.
Why are buffets not as popular as they used to be? Do you think that we just care too much about our health? Or
No, I think there was a schmirus that forced its way through our fucking world, and nobody wants to touch anything that anybody else has touched.
What was wrong with your mouth right there, Lemmy? Did you have a white chunk on your lip or something? You like Joey C now? You got stuff on your mouth? Gross.
what is, in your opinion, though, what would be your favorite debunked, or not debunked, but just like, I'll give you an example. Duff's Buffet back in the day. Does anybody remember Duff's? Or like, wow, man, I'm really fucking old if I remember Duff's Buffet. What about like, are there Shoney's around anymore?
Yes. In the South, yes.
I don't know. Well,
They're
Hometown
sporadic.
Buffet, there's Golden Corral. Those are the new ones. They got rid of the old. They got rid of the chuck wagons.
But I mean, buffets used to be the deal back in the day. Western.
Oh, come on. Golden Corrals are great out here in the West Coast. I don't know about back there in the South, how good
Western
they are. And
Sizzler,
what kind
though,
of people
was
hang out at
amazing.
them.
Western Sizzler. Did you guys ever like hear of any?
We have a Sizzler. It just closed last year. It has been here forever. It just closed because of the pandemic, mostly, I believe.
Sizzler is 100% best buffet I've ever been to.
Sizzler?
When I was living in the West.
Well, okay.
We had one. It's gone now.
What about this though? Asian buffets though. Like, I mean, that's kind of like Russian.
What do you
roulette.
want to get? Salmonella or like whatever you get from eating raw seafood?
Well, I mean, here in the South, like everybody's like, "Hey, man, I went to Publix and I got some of that Publix
The
sushi."
best Chinese food is in the South. Is that what you're trying to sell us on?
I'm just saying, though,
Almost.
it's a Publix sushi. Everybody in the South is like, I'm fancy. I got some of that
We-
Publix sushi the other day.
I mean,
It's
it
$5 on
wasn't
Wednesday.
Chinese food was invented in the South, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
Ricky Bobby
but-
and all.
any place that gives you a styrofoam like box and says you can fill it up as long as you close, you're able to get it closed by the time you walk out for $5. It's the best shit in the world, and you will take that as a dare. My dad was like, don't dare me to have a plastic box and fill it up as far as I can and squeeze it down until I can get it closed and walk out for $5 and eat off of it all weekend long.
Steve C, $5. I'm going to regret this membership gift in the morning. Yes, sir. You probably already are. And also just to let you know, it's great buffet talk. We love it. But we do have another guest coming on here shortly, just to let everyone know. We will have Carlos Danger coming on at the top of the hour here, and he will probably get into some more Dabbleverse topics. And Tuddle, you're more than welcome to hang out with us when he shows up. But the conversation will definitely take a... What's that?
I love Carlos Danger. I mean, I've been a fan of
him. Not Anthony Weiner himself.
No, I mean Anthony Weiner, Carlos Danger. I mean, I've just been a big fan for years.
No, this Carlos Danger, he's just he's the king of the Dabbleverse. He's a totally different character. Are you aware of the Dabbleverse, Tuddle?
Yeah, Dabbleverse. I dabble in this, dabble in that. But what is the Dabbleverse?
Do you know who Stuttering John Melendez is? I almost said Menendez. Fuck me, dude. I almost DeVitoed that.
Hey, did you?
I almost DeVitoed it.
Did you guys see the documentary about the Menendez brothers recently?
No, I have not. Where is it on?
I don't think they really did it. No, Natalie Morales on Access
YouTube.
Hollywood. She did this like whole thing, and like they admit that they killed their parents, but now it's all coming out that the father of the Menendez brothers that killed their parents, he was also molesting kids out of Menudo, the Spanish boy band.
Not Ricky Martin.
Yes, exactly. Ricky Martin. And
living la vida loca.
So what I'm saying is, I think that they've served like 30 years, and if their dad was molesting them and they killed the dad and the mom, I think they should be let go. Am I the only one that kind of?
If your daddy butt fucked you, you should not have to go to prison for killing his ass. Agreed, 1,000,000%.
I agree with that.
No, I mean, if
butt fuckers and rapist butt fuckers, especially the father type, should be put down.
Am I right or am I wrong? I mean, they've already.
You're right, and you're right, and you're right. We agree, 1,000,000%. Steve C, $5.
Didn't do shit.
Hey, bargain bin, Andy Richard, do your plugs. Wow, this guy's really fucking. He's setting you up, man. He said, do your plugs. Actually, that isn't a bad idea, honestly. Is there anything you want the folks out there? No, is there anything you want people out there to know? Stuff you got coming up? Are you going to get back to your YouTube channel and whatnot?
Yeah. I am going to get back to doing it. I lost my YouTube partnership that I just,
monetization or whatever.
Yeah. So I mean, it won't take me that long to get that back. And
there's all of his sites too, by the way. Don't go look at them right now. Wait till after the show and then go check it out.
Yeah. There's really nothing. I post pictures of my gardenia bush.
How about of your anal clitoris? Do you ever post pictures of that?
Oh, the ass clit? No, that's on my OnlyFans. Tuddle's ass clit OnlyFans is at Tuddle's ass clit. I'm for real, and I'm sure that if it's not there, somebody will register that domain.
Yes, they will probably
later on. But I can guarantee you that
or make an alt out of it, something along those lines.
No,
I was like the little quad thing. That's a real thing. Someone actually took a picture of. I took the picture of my penis. Let's be honest. But yeah, there's a alternate profile of a little quad that goes around doing super chats everywhere. So when they pull up the super chat, they see my peen. It's wonderful.
So if I ever like broke big, like my first like part of business would be Granny loves anal would be my like security and my facilitator for drugs and stuff. And then Lemmy would be my manager and agent. She gets a quick 25%. She's getting a quarter right off the top. But yeah, those two, like, they got my back. Shout out to Lemmy for, inviting me on the show tonight. She was great. Quad Father, I'm really digging what you're doing with BYB. Like, I'm very flattered that you guys invited me on tonight, because
hell yeah, man,
I would already be in bed.
Let's say, do you have like a favorite moment or a favorite period of time where you were doing radio? Is there like something that sticks out in your mind that was like your favorite period of time on radio?
Back in the day when I was buried alive in concrete for 3 days. And
is that real?
Yeah, I was for real.
Is this like one of those David Blaine fucking like?
No, it was for real. It was a bunch of gypsies from like Mississippi that they would go around to other radio station events and they would be like, "Hey, we got this great thing. We're gonna bury one of your radio personalities in a wooden box covered in concrete for like 3 days."
Coffin.
Huh? It wasn't even a coffin. It was just a wooden box that had a hole. We're all from the South, basically. The only air that I had coming into me was a window shaker that they had on top of a plastic table that would go into the top, and then people could look at me through a PVC pipe. And I took a bunch of Imodium before I went in, so I didn't have to shit. I was stopped up. And then I had 4 big mouth Gatorade bottles to piss in the entire time that I was there. And I had 8 2-pack family size of Rice Krispie treats. And that's all I ate. Right. So I really didn't even need to take the Imodium. I'm sure the Rice Krispie treats would have done the job in the first place. But yeah, Bubba Ray Dudley from the WWE came through with a sledgehammer. Oh, by the way, the
Dudley Boys?
Yeah, the Dudley Boys.
Oh, wow, dude.
I swear to God.
That's awesome.
It's so redneck. Bubba Ray Dudley from the Dudley Boys came and broke me out. But the radio station, in true radio station fashion, they were like, "Hey, we got this sponsor of this Quickcrete in a bag that we want to sponsor, so we're going to use that to cover him up." Well, they didn't let me know that there was this ammonia that helped like make the concrete like heat up to make it settle. So I was getting overheated.
Right.
I was getting overheated from the ammonia like chemistry stuff, and then it was just straight ammonia in the box that was getting like blown into my face. But I made it through the first 24 hours without dying. And then they overloaded the breaker box, and I was from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. No air coming in, completely in darkness, and couldn't get out. And I went crazy.
That's crazy. Like which radio program was your favorite to work on?
I would say the Monsters in the Morning was when I probably did some of the greatest stuff.
Is that what? That's some of your earlier stuff.
Yeah, 104.1. Yeah, I mean, that's where I fought most of the women in my life. I knocked out the most women on radio.
In my life, most of the that's one of the greatest statements of all time. That is where I fought most of the women in my life. But there are other instances.
I mean,
that's great.
Is that true? You've had some real life battles with ladies?
Yeah, I mean, I did the Diggstown challenge where I fought 10 gay men at one night.
Oh, Diggstown, like the movie Diggstown.
Yeah, like the movie. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember that.
I took on all comers when it came to gay men. I know that sounds really bad when I say all comers when it comes to gay men, but I mean, I did. I'll
take all the gay shit.
I lost on the 7th gay man. He beat me up while singing the theme song to Cheers.
Did everyone there know your name?
Yeah, he did.
Entered in a gender champion, right? You said 48-1.
Yeah, 48-1. I lost to Christy Martin, who was the heavyweight women's boxer of the world. She beat me, but that was after I had already beat 5 women during the summertime, and I had to chug a beer and take a shot in between each round. So I was already hammered. But to give you an idea of Christy Martin, can any of you guys look her up? I don't know if you can. Christy Martin, her husband actually tried to kill her in Orlando, shot her twice in the head, stabbed her 3 times, stuck her in a trunk, and she still didn't die. She was like the Terminator. So just to give you a little bit.
Fight her before or after that?
After.
Okay. You damn, Tuddle. That should have been an easy W.
No, but she literally she got shot in the head twice and stabbed 3 times, thrown in a trunk, was able to get out on at a red light on Orange Blossom Trail, and was
not OBT, dude.
Yeah, OBT, yeah. Chrissy Martin though. Yeah, Chrissy Martin, look at her right there, yeah. I think that, yeah.
This is the guy that tried to murder?
No, that's the woman, not the guy.
Yeah, no, in that picture on the left there, and that's the guy that...
No, I have no idea, but her husband did try to murder her, though.
Oh, shit. That's a bad bitch right there, dude.
I mean, to get shot in the head twice and stabbed multiple times, and you still didn't die?
And then you came out and whipped Tuddle's fucking ass. Fuck.
Yeah.
That's a goddamn life right there.
Yeah. I also Carrot Top kicked me in the balls one time during an Easter egg hunt.
I'm having trouble processing that statement. Carrot Top. Wait, hold on. Buff Carrot Top or skinny Carrot Top?
Buff Carrot Top.
Okay.
He used to come on the show all the time, and we did these Easter egg. We used to do an Easter egg hunt challenge. So some of the Easter eggs would have money amounts, and then they would have stunts in some of them. But for you to get all the money that you needed at the end of the day, it was like Carrot Top kick in the balls, and I was like, Carrot Top's actually here, so they planned this out perfectly. You know, Carrot Top gets a lot of hate, but he's actually a really cool dude, though.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
I think he just gets hate for the prop comedy.
I mean, I think he's doing a residency in fucking Vegas now.
He does a residency at the Elixir, which is that I think the one that's shaped like the pyramid.
Luxor. The Luxor. Right.
Yeah, and he gets a penthouse suite, doesn't have to pay for any food.
And penthouse whores.
Yeah, he has to go downstairs and pull fucking props out of a fucking trunk. and he's probably getting paid millions. Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, anybody would sign up for that one. Hell yeah. Steve C, $5. Thank you again, Steve C. You've been very generous tonight. We appreciate that. This is fucking fascinating. Yeah, he likes your stories, man.
All right. Well, I do have to get off of this thing real soon. So, but I do appreciate you guys having me on. I would say that the guy in the top right hand corner, he hasn't talked enough for me not to know his name, but like he just talks way too much. It's very fascinating.
But he smokes cigarettes. Come on. Like you could have counted. How many cigarettes did he smoke? Do you even know?
12.
700 billion and $1 billion.
See,
that's probably more of an accurate number.
So you've been it's like a character study you could do with this guy.
Yes. I bet you get all the puss, don't you?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I go on podcasts just so I can smoke in public. You know what I mean? Because you can't do that anymore.
You can't, man. I mean, what happened to the day you could, smoke a cigarette
Smoke indoors? Yeah, exactly. The buffets, you got them sectioned off because the people sitting right next to the other people in the non-smoking section totally can't smell cigarettes. Remember how they had it sectioned off like as if it made a fucking difference? People being like 2 feet apart.
I would say Granny was amazing as always.
That's the funniest thing you said all night.
Lemmy, I mean, when did she ever do wrong? I mean, come on. I mean, I need to get with Lemmy though. We got to get some glare-free glasses because, like, I mean, I get bad glare off my glasses. So, do you want to go in?
It's some anti-reflective type.
I like the glare.
No, they have these lights that don't put off any illumination and that don't have any glow. So you just need one of these lightless lights that they have now.
But look at my eyes. You can't even see my eyes. Look at Lemmy. She's wearing a hat, and all I can see is light.
Yeah, it's on
but
purpose.
I can tell you're lying.
It's like my aesthetic, bro.
But I mean, her lenses look very purplish. So, like, I mean, that's.
It's my black eyes.
No, can you say nice stuff about Chops? Because I think that he's a huge fan of yours. And
he's dying.
Are you kidding me?
Compliment.
Chops has, like I said, what was that show, Home Improvement? Tim the Toolman's sidekick. I mean, this guy has an epic beard, just like that guy. Also,
he has a beard. So you're saying his wife is a cover for him being a gay?
Wait, you're actually married? I wasn't even going to go that far.
He might not be. He might not be married, but he definitely has a cock-shaped mold.
Hey, can I buy that from you? Wait, is that it?
That's the mold.
Wait, that's it for real? Why does your cock mold look like? Why does your cock mold look like the sandworms from Dune Part 2?
Because it's been here for about a month.
It literally looks like the sandworms from Dune.
Actually, he broke his dick and he had to have a cast put on it. That's what that is.
Have you? I refuse. I usually buy all of the movie memorabilia, but I'm not gonna buy one of those Dune sandworm popcorn buckets.
I almost said Dune something else.
I mean, it's like those Dune ones. It's like you're sticking your hand in a Puerto Rican's vagina or whatever, like to pull out some popcorn.
That's hot. That's so hot.
Popcorn.
Where do you get this popcorn at? I want some.
You've really never seen the Dune sandworm popcorn buckets? Please,
it's so bad.
Have you guys seen them yet?
Yeah.
Negative.
Oh, dude, they are so bad looking.
It's a real thing.
Oh man. All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night.
Thanks a ton for coming on. We appreciate it, man. You were an awesome guest, and we hope to have you back sometime, man.
I'm gonna be in Tampa next week, Granny. You guys want to hang out? I'm going to RetroCon at the They're grown.
Oh, you can go hang out with Chad Zumach and Joey Catalano. You would have much more fun with them, I would assume.
Whatever. I just, want to party with
Tuddle, you're closer to us than
Is that
we
the
are
Dune
to Tampa.
popcorn bucket?
Yeah, it's the Dune popcorn bucket.
100%.
I'll get with you, Tuddle.
Not that's. You'll get with them in a gay way. So you got to reach your hand through there like fucking teeth for a piece of popcorn? No, no thanks. I don't want to. Nah, that freaks me out anyway. I always hated that. I always hate the thought of getting how snakes have the teeth that are backwards. So like once you go in, you can't come back out.
Yeah,
I hate that. That freaks me out.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful night, and I loved it. And I love Chops Talk. I think that I connected the most with Bobby Nick. I think me and him had some very deep conversations with each other.
Now you're just tight now.
What? I'm just saying. I think me and
I think you're just noticing the elephant in the room, as they say.
I mean, me and Bobby Nick, we're brothers from another mother.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, Bobby Nick, keep smoking those cigs, buddy.
Oh, I will. Don't worry.
Be the legend you're meant to be.
That's right.
Better than Granny with those nig cigs, as he calls them.
I do
call them that. I call them that. I do call them that. All right, Tuds. I have a good one. I gotta pee.
Oh wow, good timing. Well, hold on. Uncle Jack says, speaking of gay, Granny gets a Pamela Anderson tattoo, and I'll get a Granny tattoo.
I'm not getting a fucking tattoo. I'm not getting a tattoo. Not for $5.
Oh, you pussy! Come on, get a fucking tattoo.
Shut up,
yeah, I mean,
hold on a second.
So are we talking
Demi,
like?
Demi, would this be okay with you if he got a Pamela Anderson tattoo?
It would be okay with me if I didn't have to use Granny's skin is super sensitive. He doesn't have a tattoo because he shouldn't have a tattoo. He's one of those, if you use the wrong laundry detergent, he'll start breaking out.
Yeah. So you're telling us that you
the ink. Well, actually, even some of my tattoos, when I got them, it's almost like my skin was trying to reject the ink. Yeah, it's been many, many years since I've gotten most of my tattoos, so obviously it's not an issue. But I would say for the first couple of years, it's almost like your body's trying to get rid of it. It's weird. Yeah.
I had that one on my hip.
It's scratchy or it wants to come out. I've had to have a couple of them fixed.
Colors bubble up at different times. All the red would bubble up, all the yellow would bubble up at years after. So.
Exactly. Right. Yeah, tattoos. I wonder if you're talking about the faces, Pamela Anderson's face, and then you can Uncle Jack, you can get Granny's face tattooed on your ass, I would assume. That's the only good place for a Granny tattoo.
I'll get a Pam Anderson tattoo. Just a really nice classy.
Fuck. Dude, she's one of the hottest chicks that ever lived in her heyday. Fucking A. Her and Carmen Electra at the same time. It was we had one of each. We had a blonde hair and a black hair, and fucking doesn't get any better than that. A little mix. Yeah, Bobby Nick, you got all excited on that, huh?
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. That's my childhood right there. A lot of wanking. Both of those.
Yeah, they're both in my spank bank. No doubt about it. 100%. All right, moving on. Balls Deep gifted 1 BYB podcast membership. Thank you very much, Balls. Yeah.
Get on that, Balls.
Get on that, Balls. We're going to have to get rid of that fucking sound drop. Honestly, that kind of annoys me at this point. I don't want... Yeah, no. Fuck you, Mrs. Producer. No, we do not want Stevie Lou's fucking voice on this show ever again. He can go in the anals. He can go in the anals of BYB. That's it.
Like a butthole. Hello?
Like a butthole. Yeah, very much like a butthole. That is true.
Yeah.
Star Mountain. You do think? I'm surprised.
Yeah, I think a little bit. Yeah, sometimes fucking shit gets crossed, fires off a little bit. Yeah, no, I think Tuddle was a good guest. He does.
This is all the kind of conversation that you would have after a show's completely over, and then you're just sitting backstage, and you're like, I think Tuddle was a good guest. What are you guys saying? And then you have a conversation about it. And that's something you don't do in the middle of the show when he just left on screen. You don't go like, hey, that was good. What do you guys think?
I missed.
Jesus Christ. Well, we had this conversation about you becoming a professional host and me training you on all the proper ways. We shouldn't even be doing this right now, honestly.
Read the fucking super chat, then.
Go ahead. It's your fucking night. It's your big night to be the big host. That's what
on me like shingles. Cheers.
You got to read the fucking name and the amount.
Star Mountain. $2.
Do it over again.
Thank him.
$2. This show is growing on me like shingles. Cheers.
You didn't thank him.
You didn't thank him.
Thank you.
How hard is it to say a simple thank you? How hard is it? We've been working on this. Just say thank you. Like you gotta have some manners, man. Seriously.
You gotta do it sincerely too. When you say it, you gotta.
I gotta take this here phone call. So you guys, here's your chance. Go for it, Granny. You can host the show for a minute.
All right. Derek has a fucking weird dick. He shits in a colostomy bag. He's crippled as fuck. The Lord smote him because he decided to make poor decisions. And he put him in that chair forever. Chops, thoughts?
Lots of thoughts. Like, how weird is his dick? Because I'm thinking to myself, if I'm going to like a carnival alley and I see Quad's dick, I'm stopping by to put at least 2 buckets in his bucket.
2 buckets in his bucket. I don't know. When I visualized Derek's dick, the first thing that came to my mind was I've never seen an angry,
and I really like anuses.
I've never seen an angry urethra before, and I was like, "How the fuck? Like, why is it frowning? Like, how does a urethra frown?" And not Franklin. You don't know what fucking urethra means, do you?
No, absolutely not. Are you kidding me? Of course I don't.
The dick hole. The dick hole.
Oh, that's the thing.
Yes,
that's where the magic happens.
Also, since I'm hosting the show now, come check out Chops and I Tuesdays, Thursdays, and some weekend shows on at Corndiff on YouTube. It's a fun show. We don't do a lot of drama talk like Derek likes to do a lot, but hey, that's fine. That's why we have this show. You know what I mean? So if you want to come on over, fucking come on. If not, fucking don't.
Next time,
yeah, you guys can do all your plugs right now. Then let's go ahead and do that real quick. Go around the room. Chops, I don't know. Do you even? Yeah, we got something down here for you.
Wherever this guy is, that's where I'm at. Usually,
you don't have this thing going. You don't have this guy going here.
No, that's also going. Yes, absolutely.
Chops that goes
at Twitch.tv. No, I do have that. And Chops at Twitter, 1111. Have at it. Hit me up.
And welcome, Sir Carlos Danger from the Insufferable Bastard podcast. Bastards, plural. I guess I'll pull that one up too. How are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing all right. Hello, everybody. I apologize for being late.
You're not late. You're right on time.
All right, good.
No, we had the other guest, Mr. Tuddle, who's been on a lot of awesome radio shows. He was on Ron and Fez and Bubba the Love Sponge and a bunch of other shows. Culta, too.
I caught a little bit of it at the beginning when he was talking about Adderall.
Yeah.
Big Adderall guy.
And being an alcoholic and being on Adderall and all those other very fun things that we see a lot of people, even in the Dabbleverse, doing, it seems like.
Yeah, Adderall seems like. Is that still the drug of choice in the Dabbleverse?
I hear it said a lot.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly. I could think of a few people that have said it on streams, but Apparently it is, because I do see people streaming in the middle of the night, and when it's on the East Coast and it's 3 a.m, and they're regularly doing streams at that time. It's like, I don't have to. The math is easy on that one, you know.
I'm not awake now. I don't know how people do it.
Yeah, I know. I'm on West Coast time, and whatever. I get tired at like 10, 11 o'clock, so I'm not a late night person whatsoever. Carlos Danger, there's your plugs on Twitter, YouTube, the links. I shouldn't say plugs, but links to all of his sites you can find him on. But yeah, we wanted to have you on because you are somewhat of a Ray DeVito whisperer. There's other stuff to talk about besides Ray too, but
there's not.
I don't know.
That's all I bring to this world is Ray DeVito. But you're the Ray whisperer, or this guy, the new guy, Liam.
Right. Yeah, Liam has, and I don't even think I was ever a whisperer when I hung out with him. I just was willing to hang out with him, so I did so. But yeah, this Liam guy seems to be a pretty close friend. Already kind of knows a lot about him, the ins and outs of Ray DeVito.
Yeah, he just kind of cuts to the essence that is Ray DeVito.
Right, and he seems to, that's one of the things too. I try, Ray is 50-year-old man. I don't feel like I have to go on a podcast and tell him how to live life. And I see everybody and their dog does that to him. So when I go on there, the one thing I try not to do is really like tell him how to live life. Because if you don't have it figured out by 50, you're kind of fucked anyway, right?
What are you gonna say? Yeah, and it's like, I don't know. You're at this point, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't with Ray. If you go on with Ray and you're decent to him, you're an enabler. You know, like people, he's just, I don't know.
You can't win for losing on that one, can you? There's not a win there.
Yeah, I guess so.
A lot of people considered you like the whisperer for a long time, and you tried to help him out, and he kind of burnt you a few times. The funny thing lately was when you were on the ghost roast afterwards, he blamed you for ruining it. That was the funniest shit ever, man.
He said I sabotaged it, and then at the same time, it was the best thing he had done in his career. It was a total win. I was like, well, did I ruin it or not? And I don't know how I got labeled the Ray whisperer. Like, I was decent to the guy, but I didn't like take him under my wing. Who am I? Look at me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, I just went on his show. You know what I mean? And then it became that somehow I'm connected to him now for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I do think it's mainly because of that you tried to help him do stuff. Like you tried to shepherd him along through his travails. But yeah, I thought you were just kind of a good friend to him. And I think like me, you, Obnoxious John, Liam, I think we are some of the few people that actually do care about Ray and want him to do good. It seems like everybody else just wants to watch him wipe out, watch the train wreck happen, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, Ray's a good dude. You know, he's a decent guy. But he did piss me off this week. You know, he leading up to that ghost roast. You know, he had that thing going with Stevie Lou,
right?
Where, you know, and I didn't really understand that. And I don't even remember what I did. But Ray started messaging me. Don't mention Stevie Lou and me together. Don't do this. Don't do that. And he was sort of, you know, telling me like what I could and could not say. And that got kind of weird. And then the whole ghost roast thing, he did that. Then he didn't really, I wasn't the only one in there doing some sound effects. There was other people too. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Obnoxious John was doing them.
Yeah. And OJ Bedabbler was there. That motherfucker.
And Bedabbler too. He was doing them.
Right.
I heard them all.
Himself. So somehow, like, you know, we went on a podcast together. We were on MLC together, and we were arguing back and forth together. And it was like he forgot all that because then he went on his own show Monday and was saying all that stuff about how I sabotaged it and I'm a fat bastard and fuck Carlos Danger and all that. It was kind of strange. So I've been just like clipping stuff of him, you know, the last couple of days.
Right. Yeah. And I whatever, like he went on MLC like Monday immediately and threw you under the bus. It was like, yeah, Carlos. Well, he might even have said that on Sunday on one of his own streams, but yeah,
the guy's under.
I never understood that. Like, he doesn't understand that you let yourself into the room and left the room when you just had a couple of audio drops.
Right? Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, it's not like I didn't invite Gino Bisconti to the stream, and I could have.
Yeah, you could have sent the link out to anyone. Like, did you send the link to one person besides us? One person, right?
I sent it to Husey.
Yeah, that was it. You sent it, and then Husey
mistake.
popped on and said his little thing, and that was it. He was gone.
He was funny as fuck.
Yeah, he was there for 5 seconds.
That's all I sent it. And like the other day, he had Joey C on, and it was like, hey, Ray was being Ray. He wasn't getting anywhere with Joey C. Ray was drinking a little bit, so I sent the link to Turbs McGurk, I think it is. I might have said his name wrong, but one of the Joey C Inquisitors, and he came on and asked good questions. So.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, that Turbs guy, he's been keeping really close tabs on everything Joey C. Yeah, and like he was right on the ball with the questioning, and I thought it made it interesting. I asked for the link that night from Ray because I wanted to come say hi to Joey, but I was only going to pop in for a second. I was going to do the Husey bit.
Right.
Just come in and say, Joey C, fuck you, and leave. That was all so like, whatever.
And he wouldn't do it. He seems to want to avoid any type of conflict on his show, which probably.
But he had me on to destroy Joey C twice, complete hour-long argument, and he was smiling and giggling like a little schoolgirl the entire episode. So you never can guess with Ray, man.
Yeah, he is all over the place. I don't know. What's your take on this whole Kevin Brendan thing? Kevin not paying him. Ray's under a lot of pressure. I just don't want to see.
What do you think? Okay, yeah, that's definitely one of the reasons I had you on. I was curious what you thought about that. I think he's just fucking with Ray. I think he'll actually pay him. But did he get paid yesterday? Do we even know factually?
I have no idea. I think Ray might have blocked me. I might be like totally. He might have done the turn against me. So yeah, I don't know if he's got paid or not paid.
Right. And a bunch of these guys have gotten really thin-skinned lately, like Stevie Lou, for example. We all like Stevie Lou. There's no issue there. He's blocked me. He blocked me everywhere. And I think it's just because I hang out with Ski Mask, and I don't have an issue with him. Like, I was supposed to take his side and be loyal and tell Ski Mask to fuck off, I guess. But I wasn't willing to do that. And then I've been saying he does works, which he does do works.
Yeah, what's some of the works? Is that what sort of started because he used to be a part of this, right? I mean, he was
yeah, yes. The Kate Meany thing was the biggest one. That was the whole fallout.
That was a great show, though. What was Stevie Lou's problem with that?
No, because at the very end, Kate Meany called him and told him that he should have the number taken down, or her name taken off the episode or whatever. And I was like, no, and I kicked him off. And then he came back in after the show, backstage, and was like, ha ha ha, whatever. And we were like, well, that's all very weird stuff. We didn't really get it.
Yeah, it was. It was extremely weird because he was fine with it. Like he was like, oh, that was a good show, and then like it all just took a turn. Like.
Yeah, so he was saying like, oh, okay, we'll play this off like we had this issue, and later we'll just kiss and make up, and we were like, what? Like that? What's the purpose of doing this? We didn't even understand what he was trying to get at. Like, what? Why were you defending Kate Meany? Why is that going to be a thing? And a couple days went by, and then I was like, so this is nothing. Why are we doing this? This doesn't even make sense. What's the point of this? And we were like, we just want this to be over. Just come back and we'll just move on. Like it never happened.
And it hasn't happened. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought at first you guys were scheming, but it sounds like it was almost a scheme and then it turned real. Is that what do they call that in wrestling? When a work turns into a shoot?
When a work turns to a shoot. Exactly.
They say don't work yourself into a shoot. And I guess
don't work yourself out of the business. And like honestly, it seems like Stevie's headed towards that. And again, I like Stevie. I don't know if he's fucking got me blocked. I don't talk to him that much, so I have no idea. I don't.
So it's
I don't
minor
care
though, right? You guys could. I mean, I like Stevie Lou too, but it's not like this isn't like a blood feud between all of you.
Apparently it is for him because he's blocked. Like he won't even. I tried to call him and just say, "Hey man, I hope you're here." I had to leave him a voicemail because as soon as I called, it went straight to voicemail, which means he blocked me, blocked my number. Also, I could see that my iPhone messages back and forth with him, they turned green, so he blocked me. He's yeah, but it's weird, and he said apparently he did the same thing to Ray because Ray said he can't call him or get voice. He can't text him either. So whatever Stevie's going through, why he's so pissed off about fucking streaming arguments, it makes absolutely no sense to me. And I would be friends with him. I was friends with him weeks ago. Nothing changed for me. It's all been him pissed off at me for being friends with Ski Mask and allegedly calling him out for doing works. So,
and then what happened with, and I apologize for not knowing this, but when I first encountered this show, it was Mr. A.
Yeah. And, Mr. A and Jerry Shabardini guys.
Jerry. Now they're not part of this anymore. Was that a falling out or?
Yeah, somewhat. They don't really like the Dabbleverse content as much.
Okay.
I started trending more and more towards it. Now I'm kind of just Dabbleverse related topics for the most part. So yeah, they just got sick of sitting on a podcast and hearing about Dabbleverse stuff, and they wanted nothing to do with it. They just want to sit and make jokes.
It was just not their thing. Like Granny,
Creative
you like
differences.
The Dabbleverse? You're not. Are you into this?
No, I don't give a shit about it, but I can fucking comment on it. It's no, I don't watch any of this shit. But I don't like. You can always watch a clip and comment about it. And also, Mr. A fucking hates my goddamn guts. So
Really?
that was
okay. Why?
Oh fuck yeah.
Or how did that start?
Yeah, I said some unreasonable shit to him.
Okay.
And continued to fuck with him after I was asked to stop. So that's another thing too. Yeah. Hold on.
Fuck, you having a seizure?
Yeah, so I don't really understand Steve's problem or Stevie Lou's problem and whatever he got. I don't think any of this nunchuck business is a work. I find I don't know. It's hard to say with that guy. I know he has done works in the past, so for us to say, hey, you're doing works is not a stretch by any means.
You guys will work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a fucking work. I don't. I listen. I don't think
you don't think he got it. Well, there's the. Go ahead. What were you saying? Oh, you think?
Yeah, I don't think he got non-chaku'd. I think that he broke his arm probably like at work or I don't know, fucking doing something. But I don't think that some fucking black man came in and fucking attacked him. Like I don't think he was attacked. I really don't. Like that's so far-fetched that it has to be a fucking made-up story. And if it's not a made-up story, all right, I've been to New York once, and I prefer to never go back. But like, there's not people just rolling around with fucking nunchakus, dude.
They got throwing stars, all that shit, katanas.
Just takes one guy to actually have nunchucks, and
fucking
that's how it happens.
Bolts.
That's simple.
I'm just naming things from Fortnite.
Steve C, $5. Thank you very much, Steve C. You've been awesome tonight. I'm not new to this world. I know Quad, Lemmy, and Granny's role here. Can anyone explain the other queer in the gray sweater? Carlos, maybe you can explain yourself.
It took me like 3 minutes to figure out who he was talking about. This is my it's a sweatshirt.
It's a Coors Light shirt. It's not even a Budweiser.
Derek, your fucking crippled hands are about 10 minutes late on this comment, and he was talking about chops.
Oh, okay, I'll take that.
I would rather him be talking about you, Carlos. Put you on the spot, but
the Andy Dick face. I believe Steve C has insulted me before.
Oh yeah. Cool. Steve C. He's I see him on all the podcasts. Absolutely. So let me read a couple of these super chats here, get them cleared out. Uncle Jack, $5. Thank you very much, Uncle Jack. Towards Granny's tattoo and Destiny for his soft skin.
Desitin.
What is Desitin?
It's for soft skin.
After you have a kid, you lather it all over your lady part.
It's for his vag skin, your soft vag skin. He's saying you got a vag all over you. All right. Edgar, $1.99. Pat Dixon future. Carlos. Yeah, I was absolutely going to talk about that. So for people out there that do not know, Pat Dixon was his channel got nuked. His channel that was really kicking some ass and taking names. He said he had about $8,000 sitting there. You know, you can look up how much you got coming to you. He said there was about $8,000 sitting there that just got nuked and it's gone forever.
I didn't even think about it. They don't give you like a last payout. I didn't. Wow.
No, that happened to Joey C in January.
Yeah, they steal your money. They don't give it back to the people who gave it either.
It's in the terms of service, though. Like when we sign on the dotted line, when we become monetized, that's part of the deal. They're like, anytime we nuke you, we can do whatever the hell we want. And come at us. We're Google. We have lawyers. Bring it. They don't care.
Like it's easier to take on a country, like a government, than it is.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
YouTube, Alphabet company, right? Corporate Alphabet Corp. Good luck.
And I don't know, like in terms of Pat Dixon's future. I mean, I guess I just know what I saw on Twitter, that he's doing Rumble and what is it, censored TV. And
he's been on censored TV for over a year now.
But I guess he's doing like a 12:30. The show that was 11 is now 12:30 on censored TV and Rumble, 12:30 in the morning.
Right, but those will be live. And previously, I don't really. Before this, he was just uploading a video once a week. You know what I mean? Like they were pre-recorded. Now he's trying to do live streams through censored TV, and apparently he's on Rumble now too. So hopefully that all works out for him. The nice thing is they have the Melton Super Tip, the Super Tips.
Right? Yeah, I guess.
So he's taking that.
So.
Yeah.
Cool.
So. Exactly. So hopefully he can keep up with what he was making before, because it seems like when I was watching his show, he was making a mint, and $8,000 a month. That sounds like a mint, because all those numbers are after YouTube takes their cut. So he probably made 12, 13 grand, something like that.
I like Pat Dixon. I'm relatively new to the whole Pat Dixon world, because I never watched Compound, so I didn't. Half the people like Gino Bisconte. This started kind of as a Gino Bisconte after show, sort of, or like when you guys were all big Gino guys.
Oh yeah. Like Ski Mask was a MLC wrap up. We were trying to be the In Hot Water wrap up show.
Gotcha.
We kind of got away from that, but after Bobby P died, then we had a little bit of a falling out, whatever, and then we kind of stopped going that direction. But I think that Gino is pretty much part of the Dabbleverse, so why not just cover it all?
Sure. Yeah. I'm just not as familiar.
Well, before he wasn't on YouTube at all. Like he started doing that Gratcast thing maybe 6 months ago or something. But yeah, the more he's got on YouTube, the more he's really just become part of the Dabbleverse, if you ask my opinion.
The Hackverse.
And
what about since I'm a fat man, I like to gossip. Kevin Dumbfuck, right? I know Quadfather, Granny. I first saw you. I would watch Kevin Dumbfuck all the time. Like I started doing Dabbleverse stuff almost at the exact time Kevin did. So that's where I knew you from, Granny, just as a viewer.
Yeah.
But like, where is he? What happened? Quadfather, I never understood. Wait, what'd you say?
Yeah, he's dead.
He's internet dead.
Oh shit.
He died.
Yeah, he wants everyone. You remember Kenneth Pogue? He's gone. He died. Drunk on Cringe. That guy's died. Internet death. They just kind of one day they were fed up with it all, and they nuke their channels and they go away forever, I guess.
Granny, why though? Because what were you doing the last version of his show with him when you were on?
Yes. With him? He fucking named it. Yeah, he named it after me. It was called Granny Says, and I you know what, that's personal shit. I don't want to go into it really.
Okay.
So like solidarity. He is alive. He is just not doing any of this shit anymore. And me saying he's dead, that was his wishes. He told me to tell everybody that he died. So But yeah, no, I still speak with him. He's doing good.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Star Mountain says Kenneth Pogue is not dead either. He's showing up in chats now. I hadn't seen him in chats, but I'll take your word for it. But he similarly nuked his channel and went away. Yeah, I guess you don't have to nuke your channel. Maybe you just private the entire thing. So
yeah, I've been doing less and less. I haven't done. I'm barely doing live streams at this point. I sort of lost.
We noticed, man.
Yeah,
but we did. I saw you on with Pat Dixon the other night. That was whatever. I enjoy everything you do. So it doesn't matter if it's Pat Dixon or whoever's. It's good seeing you on shows, man.
I was pretty hammered. I don't, but
it was a great show. It was fun. It was entertaining.
Yeah, I went back and read the comments. I was like, oh, yeah, did I say that? I contradicted myself about Stevie Lou within like the first 5 minutes, and Pat was nice enough not to even point it out.
Yeah,
Bobby,
it happens.
If you Sorry, I just yelled.
Yeah, no, we did. Yeah, right.
I lost my channel because I was, playing
copyright music.
Yeah, so I knew that was coming. But I'm still on Rumble and Twitch, so I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah, on Twitch and Rumble, apparently they don't really keep up with the copyright stuff as much, or at least on Twitch, you can do all music, movies, and they'll just mute it when they play the video back, so you don't hear anything.
Oh, there you go. That's reasonable.
Which is kind of a weird feature, but hey, better than YouTube just shutting you down completely. Whatever. Something.
Dude, one of my favorite Ray moments of the last year is when Bobby Nick went on, and it didn't seem like he thought you were somebody else. Bobby Nick, you had another.
Oh, Ray, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
God,
well,
that was
he was messaging me, and I could swear that he thought I was Bobby Fran.
Bobby Fran, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I went on because he sent me the link to the show, so I went on with a picture of Bobby Fran up, and I was talking to him, and then he started saying, "Oh, you're not moving. Are you frozen or something?" And I'm like, "Okay, this is the time for the big reveal, And then he kind of pretended he tried to pretend that he knew who I was and everything, but
that's the thing with Ray's face. He can't. There's no poker face. He had like this look of like it blew his mind. That was hilarious.
Well, the funny thing about that was back when Ray was working for the Shuley Network, and Bobby Fran works on the Shuley Network with Chris Abels. Yeah. So that's a pretty big mistake he didn't want to make. So that's why he was so like adamant and like, oh no, I knew who you were. Yeah, right.
And then Ray was trying to scramble what to talk to you about. You ruined his whole night.
Exactly.
Good old Ray. I love you, Ray.
Edgar, $1.99. Thank you, sir. Is Pat toxic in any show on YouTube now? Yeah. Okay. What do you think about that? MLC, Adam, and Kevin were talking about them being concerned about having Pat on their show now because is that part of the obfuscation? What did they call it?
It is
circumcision.
Circumvention. Exactly.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, go ahead, Granny.
Being on any show, any person's show is circumvention.
Yeah. Yes.
By their definition.
Isn't that what he got banned for? Was ban evasion? Like,
no,
I mean, I just heard that.
He had a previous YouTube channel. It got nuked for whatever. No one even knows. But yeah, so he started it up, his new channel. And that's what it is. So that is illegal. I didn't know if like you lost your channel, it got nuked. Now you cannot go on any YouTube show ever again. That seems pretty extreme, but possible. It's YouTube.
Have you ever heard about that, Granny?
I mean, yeah. Well, okay. For example, right? So like, Alex Jones got nuked off of YouTube too, didn't he? And he's been on other people's shows.
It's been a while.
So
yeah, it's been a long time.
Okay.
Yeah. That was like 2012-ish. It's been a long time since he was nuked. InfoWars. Yeah, right. No, wait. No, I guess it wasn't that long ago. Maybe 2015. Around the Trump time.
Dude, I think he was on something like pretty recently. I mean, within the last year or two, at least. I'm not certain of that, but I don't fucking know. Like, Mersh and Royce got banned too, didn't they? From Daywave.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure they've made, Daywave and Nightwave, and I believe they've made appearances. So I'm not sure.
They've made a lot of appearances. I've seen them on many shows. Chrissy Mayer, Lil Mayer. I've seen Mersh around quite a bit.
Yeah,
but that doesn't.
I'm not.
That just might mean they didn't get caught. Doesn't mean it's okay. What's your thoughts on that, Carlos?
I mean, I'm at the point where I'm like, all right, so OJ got a video pulled, right? I think you guys talked about it when you had OJ on.
Yep. Joey C, you bastard.
This whole concept of bullying in the terms of service, and you can't target somebody, and you're not supposed to like create a show. All your content is not supposed to be just about one person that you're disparaging. And like, that's the entirety of the Dabbleverse out of any of the shows. You know what I mean? I would think technically everybody's in violation of the terms of service. And somebody brought that up. Reverton on Twitter mentioned that like a week ago. So I don't know. Who knows with YouTube, though? I have no idea. I'm a 50-year-old guy. I just fucking figured out AOL.
I think a lot of it has to do is I don't think the algorithm would catch you, but I think that it's the people that would report you for doing
That's what it is.
You gotta have some.
So, like OJ getting the video pulled was because of. So I guarantee Joey C is the reason behind that. Turbs also uncovered that.
That is crazy. Because that particular video, I mean, there was nothing. We were complimenting the guy.
I think the main thing that it might have actually been Joey C's own words that were the cyberbullying words and harassment. Because, like, on the stream he was watching, he threatens people. Like, if you go watch a Joey C stream, you're going to see nonstop threatening and, like, screaming and yelling. And it's like, what the fuck? If anyone's... Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm agreeing with you. Yeah, because on that stream, he was the one being like, if I see you in person, this is going to happen. And OJ was just laughing at it.
Yeah, come see me in Tampa.
At 7 a.m. Like,
come see me in Tampa. See what happens. I'll fuck you up. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what he was saying. Shit like that.
Can I read Steve's comment?
Yeah, Steve C. $5. Thank you again, Steve. Appreciate it, Steve C. Carlos. Ew, I heard Steve C. make fun of me. What a fuck.
Wait, I thought we were on a stream. It's not like I heard. It wasn't third-hand information. I think I read some of your chats.
You son of a bitch. Damn.
I'm pissed. I can't say anything. I can't see the right thing with Steve C. I apologize, man.
You better watch the fuck out. He might have nunchucks, dude. He might walk out of this with just one wing.
Fucking Andy Dick.
What a dick, Andy Dick. Yeah, I got this one to pull up here. I saw you. Misery Loves Company made this one, right? All right. Yeah, I guess so. What you posted on Twitter?
What is it? I don't see it. You're talking about the. Oh yeah, this is my creative moment.
Yeah, let's watch this. Oh, I could watch this, right? This I didn't even. I guess I should have rewatched it better. This week on MLC.
I'm so loud. Diddy Mao. Oh, yeah. Diddy Mao. Diddy Mao. Mao.
Jeez.
Mao.
God damn it. I don't think it's good to watch the whole thing, so we got the idea though that Ray got his ass handed to him this week by that I was trying to get on with Ray last night after watching that fucking beating he took on MLC. And I just wanted to ask him, like, even if the money's worth it, dude, like, why would you put up with that kind of abuse? There comes a point when it's like, you got to stick up for yourself, dude. I don't know how you feel about it. Is he cool with he seems like he was pretty offended by the entire thing. And I know you probably don't want to, like, say too much bad about Kevin Brennan. I like Kevin Brennan. I think he's hilarious, but I also would not allow him to abuse me quite to that extent. There would probably be a point where my blood would boil and I would say, you can go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? I don't know. What did you think when you were watching that, or did you get to watch it?
I watched it, and on one hand, I mean, I was texting Ray just pictures of Kevin Brennan the whole time. I was, just various shots of Brennan. On one hand, yeah, of course, I feel sorry for Ray. On the other hand, I mean, just from the last week or so, the way Ray has been, it was very entertaining. So I sort of had mixed feelings, but I don't know. I guess
I even enjoyed it. I agree with that. I enjoy watching Ray get beat up, but I also wouldn't do what Ray did, sit there like a bitch and take it.
Yeah, I saw probably the first hour. I should clarify. I didn't see the whole thing, but I did. Like Ray didn't have a meltdown, right? What he did?
No,
I mean,
he sat there and looked somber, like puppy dog face, like, oh, daddy's beating me.
I think Ray's he's like my, I got one of these Australian cattle dogs that came up from Tennessee. I live in Connecticut, and it was riddled with worms, and you fart and the dog is all scared. And I think Ray's like that. He's kind of like a beaten dog, and he just wants peace everywhere. And it's not going to happen. I think Ray, obviously Brennan is a tough boss, right? He's insane.
Yeah.
That's his whole thing. Right. And sometimes I'm like, Ray, I've never said this to Ray, but all right, so you got to anticipate, you got to try to somehow deal with Brennan. And I think the way to deal with him maybe is to lie, right? He's too honest with Brennan. When Brennan asks him about money, Ray just throws it out there, honest answers. I made $27,000 last year. He just throws it out there. And you'd think if he's going to be doing something with Melton, he knows, okay, they were friendly a little bit when you booked Hackamania, Ray, but couldn't you anticipate that things weren't going to stay cordial between the two of them since Brennan fights with fucking everybody? Why not make up an excuse like, hey, Kevin, I'm going out to Vegas probably in whenever Hackamania is to visit something, and plant that in Brennan's mind.
Clear, half-ass clear it with him.
Yeah. Don't say I'm going out to Vegas to do Hackamania. Put something else. You'd have to lie to him. Don't you lie to your boss, right? Yeah. I lied to you tonight. I wasn't at work. I was just shit, I can't go on BYB at 8:00.
He's that easy. It's that easy.
Ray fucks up, but it's he's always lying. People are catching him in lies, but it's he's not conniving though. He just lies about dumb things.
And I think,
does that make sense?
Like you say, stupidly malicious. I think he forgets stuff a lot of the time. Yeah, no, I think you're very accurate with that. And there was a time. See, I do believe what Ray was saying. I remember it the same way that Melton and Kevin Brennan were probably getting along at the time that he agreed to do the show. And he probably thought nothing of it. And he didn't have the foresight like you're talking. Yeah, shit's probably going to fall apart because they're Melton and Kevin, obviously. Now they're really fucking going at it. But there was a period of time there when it seemed copacetic, it didn't matter if you went and did the show. And I see Ray's point. But like you said, you kind of have to foresee the future with Kevin Brennan because burning bridges is a thing. And it's going to be burnt.
That's his whole thing. He's found this whole new life, as a YouTube guy who's at war with everybody.
Yeah. So. At one time or another, he'll be at war with everyone.
Or
talk shit about you or wait for a reaction. He does it to me sometimes. One day he'll be like, oh, I like the Quad Father. And then the next day he's like, yeah, Quad Father just come on my show and just sit there. Fucking, what's the point? He sucks. And it was Jesus, dude. I didn't do nothing.
I go on. The first thing he says is I'm back. Get ready for the fat jokes. Get your fat jokes ready. I'm like, oh, thanks.
Exactly.
The Melton Brennan feud bums me out a little because it's I kind of want.
I think they'd be good together.
Yeah. They're similar, They're both bleeding assholes.
I think that's the reason why they clash so much is because they are so similar.
They just get under each other's skin.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, they're willing to go after like anybody and everybody, and probably will make the rounds. Just fucking like either one of them should have guessed that would happen. But I think that Melton is smart. He has siphoned a lot of viewers off of a lot of shows, and once he kind of starts exposing things and poking holes in your show, he does gain fans by doing that. And like there are some things about Kevin Brennan, tech, or the way he produces the show that are easily made fun of, you know. And Kevin Brennan, he's good at doing the same thing right back to Melton. So like appearances or any of those kinds of things. There's some holes there.
I mean, I love the fact. I mean, I'm a Brennan. That's my favorite show. I like the way Brennan addresses it. Like if somebody says shit about him, he doesn't just like Steel Toe with Melted would kind of just be a radio guy about it, you know, just kind of be like he would puff himself up and then not really address it, where Brennan will dedicate the next 6 months to some slight that Melton says. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they're
talk
both
about it for 3 hours a day for every day. Yep.
So
yeah, absolutely.
I'm not a huge Melton guy. I'm not a huge Melton guy.
Melton's a huge guy.
Yeah, that's true. He looks like a fucking Drogon or whatever the fuck they are from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
All right, we're not doing that again, but go ahead. Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Granny's the most learned guy here. He's the most literate. I never read that.
Drogon from what movie is it?
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, like I can't watch fucking. I can't watch Brennan, and or Melton, really, to tell you the truth, because like it is like, I don't know. First of all, I don't want to see a senior citizen scream for 3 hours. That's one thing that I can't do. Like
nobody cares, but go ahead.
Yeah, appreciate it. But no, like I don't know. He's fucking unbearable, and Melton, I think, is a little better as a broadcaster. You know what I mean? But like, it's just not something that's for me. I don't enjoy his cadence.
What do you listen to?
But
what are your, if you do these YouTube shows, what do you listen to?
Like while I'm doing the show, nothing.
No, I'm sorry. Like I watch Brennan and then I'll watch Melton, and those are like my two shows. What are you watching? I'm just curious.
I don't really watch anything. I'll always say this. I do listen to Steel Toe in the morning. And a lot of times I pause it and fucking skip past his fucking begging or whatever until he gets to topics. And then tell you the truth, Theo Vaughn. I listen to Theo Vaughn's podcast. Right. I really enjoy Theo Vaughn's podcast. I think he's pretty funny. And he gets to interesting topics.
I was going to ask a question. It's not my fucking show. Quad Fowler, tell me to shut the fuck up.
No, man, you do this shit. We got 4 hosts of shows here. So yeah, at any moment it could be easily taken over by any of us. Absolutely.
What was the question?
No, like, yeah, I know the best method I have found is just to try to watch like the first half hour or hour of every one of these programs. And if nothing's interesting really happening, it's probably not going to happen unless it is like in the first, first period. And whatever they always lead with the most important topic. So like you can almost gather every bit of information just popping around for the first half hour of any show. And you can like know the entire show. Not always necessarily the case. Fireworks can happen. People show up late, whatnot. But yeah, I try to like watch BS, Melton, MLC, maybe a little bit of Stuttering John, like that. Just watch minimal of all of them. It's kind of hard to keep up with. There's so much content in the Dabbleverse now.
It's insane. And John, I can't watch him. I'll just read his tweets. His tweets are entertaining enough. Like today when he was saying, I got COVID for a 3rd time, but it's not the drinking, where he had to clarify. I mean, he got COVID. But
he already knows what Shuli's going to say or whatever.
Right.
He's trying to counteract something said about him in the future.
If you got to mention, in your I have COVID declaration that it's not the drinking, well, you might have a drinking problem. You know what I mean? Like, why is that even coming up? Why do you have to deny that?
That does seem like a big one in the Dabbleverse. All the people that are actually alcoholics like defending themselves constantly, but everyone puts them on the spot, so they feel obligated to try to stick up for themselves pre any negativity said about it whatsoever. Ski Mask, my favorite drunk.
I remember one time I was on Jake Hudson's show and Stuttering John popped on, and he started going at me about me smoking so much. So I came back at him with, well, you look at you, you drinking as much as you do. And he's like, oh, this stuff is like water. I can drink 24 of these. It's like,
and do.
It's not a defense. That is not a defense.
Yeah, it's not at all.
24.
Well, you should have said, these are like air. I could breathe in 100 of these.
He claims he never gets hungover. I had to chat. I was on MLC once when he was on. I think I asked him, I was like, all right, so if you're drinking, the next day, that's at his age, that's going to hurt.
It does.
You can't get hungover if you drink in the morning.
I guess if you just keep it going, yeah.
Start over.
Yeah. You just start the fuck over, bud.
Edgar, $1.99 seems personal with Pat. Maybe Gino behind it. I would assume he's talking about his channel getting nuked. It doesn't matter. There's hundreds of people in the Dabbleverse that go around trying to mess with people's channels just to troll and fuck with them. So it could be anyone, really. Anybody that watches your show that does not like it will be trying to get it taken down. And that's just part of the way. That's the internet. That's not even the Dabbleverse. There's just a billion shitty people out there waiting to do any negative thing they can to every show. So that's just part of the deal.
Some would say the cost of doing business.
What do you guys think? Gino behind? I can't picture Gino trying to get his channel struck, and that's just one person. It takes mass reporting to do it. So it could be like an army of Gino fans, but maybe.
And I don't know. Again, I don't know Gino as well as you guys whatsoever. I only know him through the lens of watching MLC, but he seems like a guy, from what I've seen of him, he feeds off Pat saying something about him, and then he says something about Pat, and then I don't think he would want him gone, right? I think he likes the opportunity to react to everything.
Yeah, somewhat. For example, Ray DeVito and Pat, he's pretty much brought up every show for the last very long period, a year and a half. It's been a long time, so he does definitely talk about both of those guys a lot.
His Ray DeVito obsession, I don't fully understand. At this point.
I tweak him.
The more I get to know Ray, the more I'm like, he's Ray. He's
just Ray.
He's broken. He's Ray.
Gino hates his guts so much. It's hilarious.
His hatred for him intensifies as time goes on, it seems.
Well, that's the joke. I call in and talk on In Hot Water, and one of my favorite things to call in about now is Ray DeVito, just to fuck with Gino, and then I'll be like, night? So, and then I came up with that thing I said Garrett watches. I was like, oh yeah, Ray DeVito loves you guys, the Booth Boys, Steve and Garrett. And then Garrett one day just happened to say, oh yeah, Rock Bottom Podcast, I love that. And so now that's the running gag is, oh yeah, did you watch Rock Bottom last night? Oh yeah, of course, my favorite program. Yes, it's goofy. I don't know how malicious Gino is about getting back at Pat. Whatever, they got their thing. Pat came on my show, and Gino sent in a super chat. And I read the super chat, and Pat was like, well, I can't have any contact with him. I'm going to have to leave now. And I was like, oh, seriously going to leave? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, I won't read anything from Gino. So he stayed and whatever. We had a good show. But
oh, shit. Yeah, I didn't even think of that yet. There's a permanent restraining order that probably includes electronic communication, I guess.
Social media. All social media, which I guess includes YouTube. So I think even Gino sending in a super chat's probably breaking the rule a bit. Which is weird. But that's just part of the deal, I guess.
And that's why Granny had to go, because of the restraining order I took out against him.
Good.
From his dumb fuck days.
From my Kevin Dumbfuck days.
What did you
no,
think about Kevin Dumbfuck, Carlos? Were you anti Kevin Dumbfuck after the whole Rochester thing? Everybody seemed burnt on him then.
Yeah, I mean, I encountered him a lot at Rochester, and you know, he was like another guy. You know, at the beginning, what shows that I noticed, it was like Kevin Dumbfuck, and then you know El Harible in the very beginning, and OJ was with Kevin Dumbfuck. So the only thing that I thought was kind of making me mad, where he actually when he had Granny on, right? I thought he would, instead of bringing in somebody who was directly connected to it or like one of the Dabbleverse geeks at the time, he brought Granny on. I thought that was to deflect attention and any tough questions. And I just thought the way he handled that I mean, this is ancient history at this point. I'm sure no one gives a fuck. But I just thought the way he sort of blamed OJ for it at the time was a little suspect.
A little rich.
I was surprised. I was like, oh, God damn, that's kind of a... And then when he had Marco... What is it? Marco V193 on his old show to do a Bigfoot retrospective, Howard Stern stuff.
Oh, yeah. Howard Stern's Bigfoot. Right.
And Dumbfuck was just shitting all over the clips and shitting all over Marco V. And I was like, God damn. Like, and he didn't know Howard Stern. So as a Howard Stern guy, I was offended by that.
Yeah. No, me and Kevin Dumbfuck at first, we were fine. And
yeah, what happened
I was
there?
kind of new to streaming.
What was your falling out? Because he was helping everybody. Or he was going around like being a producer for everybody, right?
Well, you know KB. Yeah, well, like he always had advice for me and stuff, and I was like, well, you just don't understand my show. It's kind of chaos with a bunch of idiots on screen and a lot happening, and that's kind of what we were doing at the time.
People huffing paint.
It's changed a little bit. We try to be more Dabbleverse, like I was saying before. But yeah, okay. I was on a stream with Kevin Dumbfuck and KB, and I just had like an offhanded comment that you would make on a show about KB, and he spazzed out about that. And later on, he expected some big apology or whatever, and I wasn't giving it. And whatever, he had just huge. I was like, dude, I said something goofy on a show. It's like, get over it. Like all these shows, you got to say a lot of words. Eventually, you're going to say something inappropriate or a little bit off. I didn't even feel like it was that. I was like, I didn't mean it at all, what I said, and I told him that. And whatever, he couldn't get over it, and we just kind of, it got really nasty there at the end. We'll just say that. I was hanging out with Kevin Dumbfuck in Discord the night he disappeared and nuked his channel. I may have said many, many mean things to him that night. So,
oh damn!
Hi, Kevin.
See, I thought it was like over money, like somebody was stealing, and there was blackmail,
an offhanded
trafficking. It was just over.
That's it. Goofy comment.
You know, all right. So he got with when he came back after everything. And again, I've had personal conversations with him, so I know kind of what was going on there. When he came back and he made the Granny Says show, we were doing it on Tuesdays. It was going all right, and then I again still like Kevin. The mistake that he made was that he brought on some Legion of Skanks fucking terrible comedian and was like, I just want to interview him on a show for 30 minutes. And so me and Corndiv sat in the back, and I just got riled the fuck up. I was like, this guy fucking sucks. Like, what the fuck is happening? And I just came out of the fucking gate swinging, and then the dude, like, broke down on the stream. Kevin ended up kicking me off of a stream that's named after me. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
But did you start like crying or what?
No, but like depression set in a little bit because I was going a little bit hard, but like, dude, you're a fucking comedian, man. Like the same shit with like Ray. Like Ray takes a little better, or any fucking other comedian, dude. Prove it, right? Like you might be able to sit down and write fucking jokes, right? But like, if you can't do it off the top of your fucking head, then why podcast? That's my thing. Why even agree to it?
And then got pissed at you. He kicked you off, and that was
he kicked me off of my own fucking show. Yes.
And then Zero Dark Tony, that's another guy. He would be here. Now he's not. That's another thing.
I mean, Granny just happened to point out one day that he borrowed 10 grand from a lady and was curious about it. And that started a conversation. Then it led to him getting hurt feelings and pretty much telling us all to go fuck ourselves. And that was that, the end of it. Just from Granny, like even mentioning that a friend of his that he borrowed 10 grand from never got her money back and is still waiting for it. So it was kind of a... Money? Yeah, she made a mistake. He may have done a little bit of a grifting move on her, but... whatever. Between the two of them, it was kind of their own deal, but not paying them back and Granny bringing it up. So sensitive topic. Yeah, and I don't feel too bad about that because all he did was say something about it, and then we were like, oh, yeah, let's have a discussion about it next Sunday. And he was fine with it in DMs to me. He was like, yeah, we'll do that, and we'll have it out. And then a couple days after the show, he thought about it and he was like, no, fuck all you people. You all suck. So that was that. End of it. Yeah. Very thin-skinned people in this world. Sometimes. Not always, but sometimes. Yeah, he was entertaining. He was interesting, but whatever. He's gone now.
If he would have just owned it and like came on the show and
exactly
the situation and everything would have been fine. But
he could have just said the facts. He could have said the facts and we would all moved on. Been like, yes, I borrowed money. Yes, I owe her. And okay, and now let's go. Let's move on.
This is the last time I'm ever gonna fucking talk about it too, because I did say that I wasn't going to, but I do want to. I want to point this out. He started going after my old lady. Like he wouldn't talk to me. He blocked me fucking directly, and then started talking to Lemmy about it. In these fucking long diatribes of God knows what, and like threatening like lawsuits and all kinds of fucking dumb shit. And I was like, I talk shit on the internet. Fucking relax. I don't know. That situation spiraled out of control. Yeah, fuck it. I don't care. Like whatever, man. Like once I realized that it was like affecting his fucking mental state, and he was like, you're picking on somebody that's got a fucking brain injury and blah 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 blah. I'm like I don't care that much. Yeah, all right.
None of us cared.
I will.
None of us really cared. Exactly. But I think he might actually have mental problems, so it is what it is.
Wow.
Yeah, so and that's not.
He has mental problems.
Right.
Yeah,
like
and that's not worth. Listen. It's not worth it to me. Like I when somebody's like, I fucking can't do this, I'm gonna have a fucking stroke. I'm like, all right, yeah, fucking, I'm done. Then like it's fuck it. Yeah,
well, a mental problem is you got to have a mental problem to be in this world, right?
Kind of. It does seem that.
We all have.
Does seem that way.
But I think some are more severe than others for sure.
Yeah. Well, we enjoy some of the people with mental problems, and some of the people with mental problems are the most entertaining. So we'll keep them. 100%. We'll take it. I just maybe a couple more things we can get into. MLC stream sniping Kevin Brennan. What do you think about all that?
You mean NLO stream sniping Brennan?
What did I? Yeah, I said it wrong.
MLC.
Oh, okay. Yes, Patrick Melton stream sniping MLC. Absolutely.
All right, so I kind of get what Ray is saying here. Like,
stop it, Patrick.
Yeah, it's like, come on. I mean, I thought maybe there'd be a chance when they first announced Hackamania and after Atlantic City that maybe Brennan would go to Vegas. That's how delusional I am.
I thought so too. No, I seriously thought he probably would go out there.
But there is something. Melton seems to know how to get under KB's skin. Like more so than like Bob or Shuley, But I don't know if did Melton stream snipe to get under his skin, or was he just stream sniping because that was the thing?
No, I was moment? Right. No, I was watching the first time he stream sniped him. He was just doing a check-in, like see what they're up to, see what's gonna be the show for the day. He was like predicting what Kevin Brennan was gonna talk about and was correct about it. He was just going to be like, I think he was just going to do a 5-10 minute, maybe even if that, just kind of a check-in, see what the topic was and move on. And then as soon as they found out that he was stream sniping and it really pissed Kevin off, then he was like, oh, I think the light went off in Melton's head. Like, this really works. This is the one. So I guarantee, as long as it bugs Kevin Brennan, I guarantee Melton will be sniping him. I think a lot of these guys just like, they go poking around and see what like bugs people. Like, I don't even think they give a fuck what it is, how it is. Like, they just want to see a reaction. And when they see, like, super chatters talk shit to the people on the shows because they want to see them react. Like, or like, even the Bichetti, like, they'll talk shit back. Joey C, a lot of people probably watch his show because every single comment that goes by, he reads it. And if it's something he doesn't like, he'll start screaming about it, let alone refer to it. He's like, yeah, fuck you and fuck what you say. Blah, blah, blah. Ah!
There was one part when he was on with Ray a week or two ago, or maybe it was 2 days ago. I don't fucking know. But Ray was talking about one thing, right? And then Joey C was
in the
giving
chat.
answers. Yeah, Joey C was talking to the chat while Ray was talking to him. And then Ray thought Joey C's answers to the chat were to his questions.
Exactly.
And it was chaos.
I saw that.
But I'm like, Joey C, don't read the chat, man. Like, you can't read the chat.
Well, that's his thing though, right? And I don't see him getting off of that and stopping that. Like that's what he's gonna be. It's a reaction.
When you got that personality, right? If you don't,
Yes. That's what he's looking for. He's looking for conflict. He's looking for negativity. Like,
he's comfortable angry.
Even that whole Christian bit thing, like, it lasted what, days?
That was
yeah. He was like, I'm an evangelist. I'm out here, God warrior on the streets. And 2 days later, it was like, fuck you, I'll kill you, to the chatters. Like, dude, literally.
He's saying he's a Jesus freak, and then people are like, all right, let's get the Jesus freak to fucking threaten us with violence, like.
Bingo. They did it too. It didn't take but seconds. And that's what these guys do. They just kind of poke at you and see where you're most affected, and then they go after that. And if you're not vulnerable to any kind of criticism or anything, then you're good to go. No matter what, if you just like blow everything
like
off,
that, right? You seem to
100%, 1,000,000%,
like that. I mean, that's psychotic, right? That's just you're like kill animals. Because I mean, how do you manage that? Have you always been like that, or is it just like what words? Like I grew up. Nothing seems to bother you. Like when people.
I grew up with that mantra. Like, words don't hurt, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Why would you be affected? Like, I've been doxxed. I've seen pictures of my house. I've seen family pictures on shows. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff. Like those FGTZ guys, they put a picture of my family on their fucking screen. It's like, wow, this is awesome. But yeah, it's like, I don't know,
that's
man.
A whole
These
blood
people,
feud. That's like a real hatful.
Yeah, but even that stuff, it's like, and that's what you got, huh? Well, if they don't come out, no one's coming out here, and if they did, it would be bad for them. So what's the worst they can do? Like, say stuff, be mean? Oh no. Yeah, so I do like, I turn the thing off and it's over. That's it. You turn the stream off, it's over. They can't do anything to you, really. I think I've always been that way. Yeah, I could just. What did you say about killing animals?
No, I was just saying because sometimes
psychopath kills animals.
Yeah, I thought like, oh, you just have no emotion, like that part of your brain.
Jesus, Carlos. Jeez.
Hummer, like I think that about Melton sometimes, where he's like he's funny, but then like I don't know, like nothing seems.
He goes off stream and kills a puppy.
Yeah, I guess that's Ray.
He buys a puppy a day just to quench the bloodlust.
Right. I was just reading about some Japanese. Did you ever read about the Japanese guy who ate a woman in France in 1982 and they never put him in jail? And then he would grant interviews until the day he died about how he ate this woman. Like he would just talk about it like it was the greatest thing ever.
What
wow, that's not freaky at all.
They never put him in jail. I don't really understand why, but he got deported. I think France, before they charged him, deported him to Japan and closed the case. And whatever it was, Japan never sent him back, or there was nothing to answer for. And yeah, he made a living off just like writing books about how he ate this woman.
Holy fuck.
And Quadfather's demeanor made me think of him. I was like, ooh.
Jesus, man, you're gonna give me a bad rap. They're gonna call me like the psychopath now, psycho quad, or something bad's gonna happen now.
I-80 killer.
You know, I think with Quad, he's been through a lot of shit in his life. You know, look at him; he's in a fucking wheelchair for the rest of his life. So, I don't think anything's gonna, you know. No bullets that are shot at him are gonna go through him. He's a tough fucking motherfucker. So
yeah, nobody can do anything worse than I've done to myself.
Prison, I assume.
Yeah, nobody can beat me up worse than I beat myself up, or do any worse than I've already done to myself. Yeah, absolutely. This Joe Matarese guy. That would be, I guess, my last topic. I don't want to hold you here all night, so. Maybe we ought to get into that. What do you think about him totally nuking his content?
I mean, I was watching a little. I didn't see all of MLC today, but I thought Brennan was giving him good advice. Where it's like so. I know Joe Matarese just from. I mean, I remember when he was on. He had Fixing Joe, and I knew that he was a friend of Artie Lang, but the two of them never see. It was an odd combination, and I remember. I think when Artie had disappeared. I could be totally wrong about this. In one of his things where he went away for a while, he came back and he did this long interview with Joe Matarese. And like Joe Matarese was such a bad interviewer, he made Artie Lang boring. You know, like how do you make Artie Lang boring? But it was a pretty shitty interview. So, and then those porcelain docs, you know, those are incredible to watch. So like,
yeah, and that's what Kevin said. You should just sit down and start with that, just watching your porcelain docs and seeing what you can go with from there.
I could see him because now like WATP is talking about him. It seems like on a weekly basis. I could see him sort of putting a foot into the Hackverse. He might be more accepted here. You know, people will troll him. I mean, I think he probably got a bigger troll army against him than anybody in the Hackverse. You know.
Yeah, and he's clean, well-spoken, has the equipment, has the capability, just doesn't know what to talk about. So I guess if you gave him a show and said, here, let's do this together, then he'd probably be fine.
Just start, hey, you should pick a fight with somebody. Just start picking a fight with Ray and then talk about it every week. It's easy. But, you know, he's been trolled for a while. You know, I think like Red Bar would talk about him a lot. So
so he could go after somebody.
But Brendan was telling him, like, you know, you come into this, like, somebody's going to like you, you know, and eventually you'll win people over.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't watch him
fight with someone and start a war with someone. Even better, right?
Right.
Just call someone an asshole and a shithead every day, all day, and then eventually they'll fight back. Then you'll have a war, and then you can just incessantly talk about them 3 hours a day, 7 days a week, or more. Yeah, for sure.
Is that a reference?
No, I think we all start that way, though, right? When we do a podcast, I think everybody starts by sitting down and going, I want to do a podcast, but what am I going to do? Like, what am I into? So I think everybody's had that conversation in their head. He was just doing it out loud on MLC today. Kind of a weird place to spitball. And like the way he's going about it.
And he just says whatever's in his mind or whatever he's feeling. But he is one of these guys that makes you think like, okay, and this is brought up on WATP. He's on a lot of depression meds, you know, and I'm no doctor or anything like that. But he was sort of saying that like the way he can't express himself, he's numb when he does these podcasts. Like maybe you might want to talk to a doctor about that because I don't think your medication is supposed to make you unable to communicate.
Feel nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you're calling the wrong guy a psychopath there, Carlos. Jesus.
I want to feel like a piece of wood. I mean, he wasn't even getting angry at Ray. How do you not get?
I want
to
to fill a piece of
podcast
wood.
and not get angry?
What kind of wood? Pine? Like, are we
Balsa.
talking pine? We're talking a nice cherry? The black. Okay. Yeah, we're talking about a good black cypress.
Like,
Jesus, Granny.
He woke up at the mention of wood.
I know. I was gonna say he hadn't said nothing in 5 minutes, and then wood got whoa. It's like Beavis and Butthead, right?
Forgot to get my
He said
tonight,
wood.
by the way. I'm watching Granny drink that beer, and I'm like, I didn't get to the store in time.
Fuck
God
yeah,
damn
bro.
it.
Yeah, and that's why I'm leaving right now.
But Joe Matarese nuking his channel too. That's kind of like another one of
Cheers,
these.
boys.
Take care, Granny.
Drunk on later, Granny. Drunk on cringe or whatever. Kevin Dumbfuck type situation.
Yeah, that was surprising. But, news. It's always news in the Hackverse, Dabbleverse, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on, Carlos. We appreciate having you around. You're always a very good, insightful interview, and I did want to go over some of these topics, and I thought you would be the man to talk about them, especially with Ray stuff. But you're well informed on the Dabbleverse, so it's always good. I do appreciate it. And if you want to give your plugs or tell everybody where they can find you.
Yeah, the Bastard 666, you can see there. I'm on Twitter, and then Insufferable Bastards podcast on YouTube, although I'm really not doing it anymore. Just if I get mad at Ray, I'll clip something. That's about it.
Yeah, I saw you did make a video not too long ago, right? About Ray.
Yeah, I did something like today and yesterday. But thanks for having me on. I know.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. And Bobby Nick, it's I don't know. Well, I don't know if we've ever met before, Bobby Nick. Maybe in Jake's stream.
I think we were on Jake's stream together one time.
You didn't think he's Bobby Friend, did you?
No, I know who Bobby Nick is. God damn it. All right. Thank you. Take it easy.
I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Later, man.
Bobby Nick, did you have any? Let's see. Let's do yours. I gotta get over here. Granny, let me. Yeah, what do you got going on tomorrow? Today's Friday, so Saturday for you on Twitch, Rumble.
Nothing on Twitch tomorrow, but Sunday. Twitch TV or twitch.tv/Bobby_Nick, and on Rumble as well. Search the Bobby Nick Show, and you'll find my music show there. I bringing back MTV, motherfuckers, the good MTV with In the Lounge, and tomorrow night you can catch me on No Filter with Andrew and friends. We'll be doing a show at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's me.
Who did you like better, Tuddle or Carlos Danger? Whose interview do you think went better?
Oh, I think fuck you, Quad!
I had to fight my whole life. I could beat you up even if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite. I bet you sleep with the night light, cause you're scared of the dark, cause you stink like a fart. Well, I light your fart on fire with my rounds. You think I won't? I do it all the time.
Edgar, $1.99. Joe is John without the balls to fight the troll.
Plus Beyonce.
Thank you, Edgar.
It's okay, Beyonce. I think you're cute too. I made out with so many girls. Made out with every girl in the world. I might look small, but I'm not. I don't care if you're big, I'll fight you. Well, I do know that I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls. Cause I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls, cause I ain't very tall. If she see my stats, I bet you that she calls.
I have an ass clench.